Hello, everyone, and welcome to Failed Save. My name is Vince Casso, and I'm your DM, unable to let go of classic old characters for this campaign. This is Season 5.
Hold on,
He called
start
you
it again,
old.
start it again. Sage can't get her glasses
No,
on.
God, no, please don't.
Please, roll the intro!
This is Season 5, Episode 2 of Campaign 2, and is titled Another Way. This show utilizes the D&D 5e game system in my homebrew setting of Boros, and is completed by a wonderful cast of adventurers. Let's meet them.
Oh, hell yeah, I forgot I get to go first. Hi, I'm Abria. I'm playing Kai, your changeling bard. That's it.
Pronouns. And Kai's pronouns.
I'm cheater. Kai's whatever. Don't worry about it.
Whatever / don't worry about it is my new
Yeah,
favorite.
don't worry about
It's
it.
mine / your business.
I love that.
Hello, I'm Gina. I will be playing Poppy, your fire genasi artificer. My pronouns and her pronouns are she, her.
Hi, I'm Anthony Carboni, and I know where the camera is this season. And I'm playing.
brag.
Yeah. No, I said that as I looked at you.
Yeah, you did.
And I will be playing Klulik, your honest, forthright, and caring Aarakocra monk.
Yeah.
We are both he, him, and the fries are soggy tonight. The fries are soggy
That's a flat
tonight.
fry, my dude.
Hold on, let me get it right there.
That's a close up.
That's
Anthony.
that's a wobble wobble.
That is a lip fry, my dude. Who's
Ugh.
next?
Hi, I'm Kaylee Bray, and I'm playing Ella Britt, your Turtle Death Cleric, and both of us use she, her pronouns.
Hi, I'm Sage Ryan.
happening?
I'm playing Effie, your Kalishtar Chronology Wizard. Totally forgot. I was like, what is she? And we both use she, her pronouns.
What are you
and
sipping?
such. I'm sipping some sweet, sweet McDonald's Sprite.
Yeah.
Fantasy McDonald's.
Only
Wait,
the
is that it? It got
crispy Sprite.
changed?
No,
there's two.
This is a bonus point one. Don't ask any questions.
It's only
No
worth
one will
half
ever
points,
know.
though.
Who are you?
I'm Xander Genre. Get that limp fry out of here.
If I had a nickel.
Now say it as cattle.
Get that limp fry out of here. I'm Thane Limper. I'm playing Kettle.
That's it is Bora.
Oh no! Your water genasi barbarian inspector. Investigator, I don't know, giving myself titles, and we both use he, him pronouns.
Beautiful.
Special on this.
Cool. And remember that you all at home have a bitchin' amount of power over our
Whoa.
story.
Would you say it's totally rad?
It's totally rad.
Language.
We have a series of donation tiers allowing you to do everything from banking up rerolls, and yes, for the players this time,
Thank you.
activating a make it bullshit, where something of your choice just becomes bullshit.
Fucking bullshit.
Like
Piece of shit.
society,
Wow.
like
wow.
the government.
Got him.
Activating a The Office style
Think about it.
confessional camera for one of our many characters. Spawning everyone's favorite NPC pitching his spin-off series, Guy.
Hey!
We got Guy back. And for our top tier, you
Guy
can
again?
have Bora. You can have Bora give out a promotion with a fun additional buff to one of our players of your choice. Plus, if we hit our goal tonight, we will roll an exclusive vignette adventure revealing the origins of our very own Effie. But for now, it's time for a story and a recap.
Oh.
Wait, before the recap, can we send out a quick prayer to the inventor of D&D, Gary Guyback?
What?
I said accident. So we got Guy.
Oh.
Last episode saw our
Bless this
heroes.
mess, you know.
Help.
Last episode saw our heroes waking up from the rewind when Poppy turned back time to avoid the.
We're gonna get YMCA. Stop.
Share.
YMCA.
YMCA.
Stephen Twitch is gonna tell the
To
YMCA.
prevent the wholesale
Enjoy your
slaughter
Sprite.
of all of the people of Gestalt and probably many, most, or all of our heroes. She awoke after an unusual dream of drowning. In the chamber, they were provided for accommodations by the Orcs on the morning of that very day of the moot. All of the rest of them as well, remembering the events that had taken place just prior. Discussing this for a time and repping a few brands along the way, the group made their way up to the surface, where they examined the hedge and found Wire, the suspicious lady she was, tinkering with something in her hand. A questioning ensued, simultaneous to a trail being followed by Poppy, which led her back to the underground chamber where they had been staying, and at which point she was actually drawn under the very earth itself and whisked away from this plane, her friend Ember appearing in her place to assure the party that she would be okay and she was just needed for a little bit. Meanwhile, however, some of our party chose to talk to Wire to try and suss out what she might have been up to and why, and while they did yield some fruit from it, could not piece together the intricacies of her plan at that time, as she had stowed away what she was playing with in her hand and moved off to talk to Gjörn, who had also been informed that apparently some great tragedy would strike our group and the Orcs in a short amount of time. From there, however, Ella was getting busy constructing not only a wall for her magic circle, but also very shortly beginning her planar binding to, if the scion were to appear, bind her to this plane and to Ella's control, which would be helpful in not dying to her. In the meantime, however, Kai also went out of her way to read some of those tasty thoughts of Wire's and delve nice and deep into her machinations and plans. Relax. Come on. Listen, I don't like it either, okay? That said, while she determined that Wire was planning some nefarious, devious acts, she also discovered that these had already, at least in part, taken place. The Dodder having been planted within the hedge already, D-O-D-D-E-R. And already beginning to take it over. The planar binding continuing. Wire turning into a teapot, and unfortunately, in a moment of being unsure how to resolve this problem and ensure Wire could hurt no other people, drunk by Gjörn, who consumed the tea in the Wire teapot. She transformed back into her humanoid orc person thereafter, fully desiccated, dry as a husk and completely dead.
Yeah.
The implication that we just drank the juices of her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Close.
It was
Well,
close.
not we.
I nearly did.
Well, actually, no, you had
did.
some too. You had some too.
I had a little bit.
You had a cup.
You were an accomplice.
He had the pot.
I'm proud of you.
I wasn't.
Yeah. You're an accessory.
Klulik wasn't gonna have any. It was a whole thing.
But he offered, you can't turn it down.
Yeah.
While we're asking questions about the recap,
Yeah.
could you explain to me why my only note from last week is flesh sword?
Yeah. That was because, was that the scion?
I'm genuinely asking.
I believe that was the scion who drew a weapon of
Blurk.
her hedge flesh.
Yes. It was a flesh
Hey, can you
sword.
do me
Yeah.
a favor and never...
Hedge flesh? It just trips off
I'll
the
come
tongue.
over here.
I'll come over.
You know what? You are invited.
I don't know what to do with this. It was so
Honestly,
pleasant.
There's room for two in this screen.
Honestly, in some cultures, if they invite you over and offer you the hedge flesh, that is like a huge deal.
You say,
All right,
you say,
anyways.
you say no
Succulent hedge
twice,
flesh.
and then you say yes the third time.
Anyway.
There it is. It's etiquette.
With some help from Earth to channel the powers of Spring to almost feed back the energies of Dew and of the Scion against her, the spell, planar binding, was succeeded, but Earth was reclaimed by the Spring Wild in the process, warning Ella that to fight it off properly, they would need to, at some point in the future, reassemble the Druids, Haleth, Earth, and Thea, who we'd met previously as well.
Into a giant robot.
Yeah! Mecha Druids!
Druids.
That said, the planar binding was successful. Kai getting stuck inside the magic circle because she be fake.
Like a little bit.
Kettle around and ready to kill anything. Effie wanting to keep Kai company. And we're all of us sort of hanging out. However, the Scion came to life. Bound by Ella and subservient to her command, Ella questioned her for a time, the Scion, revealing a choice few things that she could, but still nonetheless seeming to be controlled from without, and not knowing quite as much as the party might have anticipated. That said, you don't think she did. That said,
Checked.
that said, after making her perceive her own nightmares, which then Kai was witness to in their entirety, Ella was not, and offering some intimation that she may have been breaking through some level of control, that there may have been a personality she was acting out as that was not necessarily true to herself, but nonetheless, at the end of it all, Dew assumed direct control. And unfortunately, the scion was recalled back for, as Dew put it, some tweaking to her. What that would mean, who is to say? It sounds awful. Dew, at that point, emerged, tearing down the magic circle and no longer the effect of the planar binding to deal out some painful whoop-ass upon the party, when all of a sudden, his mouth gaped open, he vomited up a cascade of flowers, and upon which rode the forms of Bora and Poppy, who then introduced themselves back to the group, Bora meeting quite a few people for the first time now, and letting them know that she was here because she had determined a weakness of Dew she wanted to pass on to the group and offer them a bit of help in their quest to salvage or to destroy Spring. And that takes us to where we are right now. As Bora had turned into, I think it was either a board game set or a train set.
Model train.
A model train set at the very end. With a faint, Bora reappears before you all, seemingly...
I'm just checking my notes, Vince. Go on.
Okay,
check mine
just
as well.
crumbing everywhere.
No,
Crumbin'.
no, look, I'm just looking at the notes and it said that Bora came out of the...
Same.
One time I want you to
It's
blank
worse.
paper.
Okay.
Yeah, how's that better?
It's worse. With a faint pop, Bora returns to her physical self. The verdant scraps of the once topiary litter the ground up to your calves, all of you, and amidst it, Bora beams upon you all. Oh, but it seems I kind of arrived in the middle of something.
Oh, buddy.
Wait, why is Bora? Okay, no, it's fine.
I was so ready for this.
Yeah.
I'm not making him play two characters at the same time. I'm not doing it.
I thought you were gonna Jekyll and Hyde this baby.
Wait, who the fuck are you?
That was
I
worth
met
it.
Bora, didn't I?
I'm sorry?
On the way to find the group. I encountered Bora once before.
Have you? Yes.
before.
We said that.
It's true.
We did say that.
I believe we did say that.
I believe we did say that.
I believe we did say that. Great.
Hi, Bora. It's good to see you.
Wait, so am I the only one that doesn't know this?
I don't know who she is.
Okay, cool.
Oh, Effie, it's good to see you again.
It's good to see you as well. Is everything in trouble?
Wait, how do you know?
Everything in trouble? Well, I hope everything's in trouble.
What did we miss?
You hope everything's in trouble?
Hi, welcome back.
Hi.
I heard.
You think it'd be wet in there? It wasn't. It was just leaves.
What were you doing?
Are you all right?
Very
I'm
dry
okay.
flowers.
Oh, good.
I was talking with Bora.
Hi,
Yeah.
Bora.
Bora
Hi.
took me to the
Oh,
art
look, it's
and
so
we
good
were
to
in
see
the
you
spring
again.
and hi.
Does everyone know Bora except for us?
I didn't know until just now.
Hi, I'm
I've heard
Bora.
stories
Hi,
of you though.
I'm single.
Ooh.
Bora's married.
Hi, single. I'm Effie.
That's not relevant. I just thought I'd give information.
Everyone should at least know.
As long as we're not
That's
talking about.
Bora Farfoot, a great warrior and gnome,
Well,
And also,
and employee of the month.
Oh, okay.
Gnome?
I do have follow-up because
it's actually Bora Farfoot Oweni.
Oh.
Bora or Weni Farfoot, depending on who has top billing for the week.
Oh, how do you decide that from week to week?
We rotate.
That's lovely.
wow, just really fucking with the cannon there, Vince. Okay, taking some
Any
liberties.
allergies you want to tell us about?
You're on thin ice.
Actually, I would love to know. Do you have any allergies?
You know what? I'm just keeping the ones I have for right now.
Okay.
What does that mean?
I'm not looking to expand that list at present.
We've already heard that them.
I feel like
have
Italian
once,
soda.
haven't we?
Yeah, avocado.
Avocado.
And sparkling.
Oh,
Was it all sparkling
carbonated
beverages?
beverages.
Feels right. Yeah, all carbonated beverages. I can't drink bubblies.
I met
Angry Boy.
Who needs it?
What?
I met Bora when I was trying to find you all.
Oh.
She helped me to get in the direction of where you were going. Sorry. I don't know if I'm still in trouble.
I don't think
Who would you be in trouble with?
Ella. For finding you.
Oh.
Did I miss something?
Was that mad at you for finding us? That feels strange.
You were fairly certain since we met that you were going to kill me.
You're throwing off a lot of just general mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ella, are you feeling okay?
Hey,
Everyone,
you know what helps
give
me
hugs.
when I'm feeling lonely?
No! Get those golden arches out of here.
Where's Dazzle? I'd like to see her as well.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, she's dead.
Thank you, kiddo.
Yeah.
We didn't have time to tell you.
We're not doing so hot, sweetheart.
It's
I'm so sorry.
things are a little rough right now.
Wow. I know things were bad since Dew started all this, but I suppose I was hoping that all of you would be spared the worst of it. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Actually, we're not sure that Dew was involved. It seems to have been a pretty big bad magic.
Are we all doing the spitting? Is that a thing that we all...
I'd love it if you
Just
joined
don't
in
stand
the
next to
spitting.
them.
Okay.
It's not random.
Oh,
It is
I
when
felt
you-
like I had a debt to repay.
It's not. Yeah, it's only when the word "do" is said.
Okay.
Right.
DEW.
Right.
Yeah.
Important.
Yeah. If somebody were to say like, "I'm going to do something," no.
Whoa, that was almost a full snot rocket.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you swallow that. You can finish.
I had that one chambered.
Speaking of which, why haven't
Before
you
you've
done
changed.
anything?
Somewhere Xander is terribly upset.
I'm sorry, Lou.
I should mention.
There we go.
Why is this human blood?
Do you remember when we were doing that path where the sneaky path?
Yeah.
And we found that town of evacuated orcs.
Oh, that's right.
They're living at Bora's.
Oh.
Bora protected them.
So that's why.
Yes,
Yep.
they were
How's-
housing refugees.
Every single furbolg is living at my house right now.
How is that
All of
going?
them.
Now, why are they doing that if you're a gnome?
The furbolgs and the orcs.
What?
That's what Lulik said.
Not a gnome.
Did you
Raised
tell her
by
I was a gnome?
gnomes. You
I
did,
tell
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
you're a gnome. You're
We
from a
did
great
just say
great
that.
line of
Oh,
gnomes.
well, it's true. I was raised by a lovely... My parents are gnomes, but they adopted me. I wasn't born a gnome.
You explained that so genuinely that I don't have a retort.
Why would you need a retort to that?
I'm trying so hard to play this character
all the
authentically.
time. Oh my God.
It's flat on
I will die of your sincerity, so I'm going to stop engaging
Oh.
now.
Okay.
But that means, wait a second, you come from the spring.
Don't attack!
Yeah.
Well,
Don't
yes,
McCurb stomp him. He's their friend.
technically,
You know what? We're gonna count it. We're gonna count it. We're gonna
that
count
was
it.
literally
have
only
it.
for us.
No, they all know about the game now too.
Look, technically, yes, I'm from the Spring Wild, but I grew up here in Boros and only recently went back home to retire and live out.
But it is your home.
Now, yes, I have property in the Spring Wild.
Why should we trust the blue cow that came out of the portal?
And apparently she's the
Clearly she-
landlord.
Not a cow.
Clearly, she's from here.
Not a
Her name is
landlord.
Bora.
I was
She just
gonna
said she's
say-
from Boros.
Not a landlord, not charging rent. Housing
Refugees.
refugees. We like that.
Okay, that is rather pleasant.
We are protecting all of the victims of Spring.
You could charge rent.
Don't do that.
I wasn't planning to.
What the heck is wrong with you right now?
It's
Get the
been a-
cookie out of your mouth. do, spit it out.
That was so important.
Please, Clilic, not in front of my camera.
Oh, you're what?
Just get your head completely in frame for that one.
I don't understand what anybody's talking about.
Oh my god, you guys, it's so good to have a reunion again! I've missed...
him.
Wait!
No. Absolutely not. You don't get to finish your sentence.
How?
Nope.
What do you grip? Like, what are you crushing?
No, bare hands. The
But on
throat. Yeah.
Throat? Okay. Oh, harder!
Sorry, everybody.
We get surprised
Oh, no.
every time. Why?
Roll,
Because
roll
this
a
time he
strength
came back
check.
Like
kinky.
literally, I want to just, I like
Then
want
he
to rip out
always-
his throat.
Okay, roll a strength check for
I
me.
think it's a little bit of like a table.
A strength check? Yeah, that
I
tracks.
vaguely remember.
Do we have any rerolls?
You can use athleticism if you want. We have one reroll right now, I believe.
Okay, can I use it to rip guys' throat?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Can you
can
also
ask.
roll a kink check for Guy?
No.
Oh my god,
I
yeah.
didn't crit that.
I'm
Double force.
Somebody else see?
I'm rolling a king check with advantage for Guy.
He likes it.
Wait, is that to make him kinkier?
That's a kinky boy.
Yeah, duh.
Okay.
So as soon as he says that, I
Thank
give
you, ma'am.
up.
I have
Nope,
another.
I give up.
Okay.
I give up. That is, I did not consent to that, and I really just wanted you to die.
Also, neither did I.
Yeah.
Oh, good points.
Yeah.
Good points
You don't
all
have to
around.
consent to murder.
That's not true.
Hey,
Oh.
maybe the world would be a better place if people did have
Hey,
to
wait.
consent to
We
murder.
just discovered our new T-shirt. So
You don't have to consent to murder. We're not making that shirt. That's a very bad shirt.
all of a sudden, the whole chat wants it.
but the context of that sentence I have questions about whether it's the committing or the committed.
Yes?
Hi.
I just need help right now.
Go on.
Where the hell are we
Yeah.
right now? Can you just paint a picture of the chaos that's currently
You are
happening?
currently standing
We're still in the moot
in the
area,
moot
right?
space. Yes.
Everyone's watching us.
The moot space is
Add
when
me
you
on moot
log
space.
out of the metaverse.
Okay, give me my time.
You are standing roughly calf deep in flowers in the moot
Great.
space, surrounded by orcs
Great.
that have begun to file in for the impending moot.
Oh, they weren't there yet?
No, because
Well, because it was early in the
wasn't
morning.
here.
Yeah.
Pre-moot.
It's moot
I don't
day.
know how long I was in the ground.
It was
Okay,
it was
fair
AM
Anyway,
après moot.
oh my God, Bora, it's so good to see you
Classic
again.
measure of
I don't
time.
want to keep this scene going too long because it's both of us. What?
I'm casting banishment. I really hope I don't need that spell slot.
Where am I going, my
You're gonna
dude?
need the spell slot.
Back to the
him with a
the
cantrip.
plane that you are from.
I escaped chase,
Yeah,
so
that's the
I don't know where I'm going.
Kill him at the cantrip.
With banishment, is it a save?
I guess I shouldn't waste my spell, my
No, go ahead.
highest level
Go
spell
ahead. Yeah,
slot.
go ahead, do it.
No, I don't like it when you say it like that. I take it back. I firebolt.
Okay.
I'll panic and firebolt.
That's a roll to hit, right?
Yes. No.
What is with this guy?
It's a 10.
Bora, for old time's sake, you wanna
Oh, you want me to take this?
What is happening?
go for it, sweetheart?
Hi. Hey.
Hi.
That's a living person.
Do you not
Guy?
remember the guy?
I wouldn't say he's
Do you
living
not
over person.
remember
I
that
actually
I
don't
saw
think
the
he
torture
is.
that he goes through every time he dies?
Again, living.
Oh, yeah.
Every
yeah,
time I
but
close
this-
my eyes,
Oh.
that's what I see behind my eyes.
Hang on a moment. Did you kill him slowly? You can never let him die slowly. It has to be real quick. Otherwise,
You're very
Yeah.
hot. Don't tell me what to do.
oh.
See,
Unrelated, I am.
Roll for kank.
Yeah. Hold on.
Unrelated, I am in an open marriage technically, so.
Woo!
Wow.
Wow.
You lead with
I
that.
don't remember what I was talking about. I'm just gonna think about this for a little bit.
So is Bora gonna kill him quick or what's up?
Bora, please.
Oh yeah, I can take it.
Yeah, if you don't mind, sweetheart.
Yeah, we'd love it if you committed murder and then told us about your open marriage.
That makes me sad.
She pulls out
Sad every time.
this giant
Oh,
fucking hammer,
Digested in
and just from the top down, just accordions guy
Thank goodness.
into the ground. And when she lifts it back up, it's just an oil stain.
Yeah, that feels right. All right. So, why are you here, sweetheart?
Listen,
very hot for her.
okay. We can discuss more after the moot if we need to, but the reason I came is, well, I'd actually been trying to track Poppy down for a little while after hearing she was traveling with a baking turtle and an honest and forthright monk, and, you know, this spooky magic user with bone wings.
Oh, that's me.
I never got the chance to reach out though until today. Something happened in the wilds. It was like an earthquake, but like in all of us, like in our hearts. Like the world twisted for a moment before righting itself, and then I was able to finally break through to all of you.
Oh,
That sounds very intense, but also write down Heartquake as a possible album title.
Earthquake.
I'm writing it.
Is
that sounds like the timeline, the tapestry. The thing you did it.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, is
But
that what it
Bora was
feels
there.
like?
What a deep cut.
Well, you said that it felt like it came apart for a minute and went back together. I know that feeling very well.
Yeah, it felt a lot like something had almost like shifted and corrected in the spring wilds, but did you feel anything like that out here?
Could that have?
Was that when you?
was that? Oh, that might have been when I saved all of us from maybe dying.
Oh,
Was it like a few? Well, I guess
Maybe
it would
like
have been a few
yesterday?
minutes ago. Did time rewind for you? Did you re-wake up?
I don't remember time going back, but time is always really strange in the wild, so it's hard to say.
So yes, we probably caused a little bit of a time convergence again. We did.
Uh-oh, we might find more of you.
Wow.
Not you specifically, but other people who got displaced.
Oh no, but last time there was less of me.
What?
Less of
Anyways.
you.
What does that
Well,
mean?
In any
That was a
event,
pretty cool magic spell, by the way.
Thank you. I could not do it again.
No?
No, that felt like a once in a session kind of power.
What do you define a session as?
A lifetime.
Okay.
Oh.
Kai drops dead.
well, until we bring the tear back.
Yes, death drop.
In any event, though, I've been meaning to reach out because I found something in the wilds that I thought would be useful for all of you. I haven't got it all figured out, but I think Dew has been fixing himself. fixing himself in Boros somehow. Like he's creating little nodules of spring that anchor him here.
Yeah.
Yes.
I figured if you all didn't mind checking it out, finding some of those might be helpful. I only know where one might be, but it's something.
How many do you think there are?
Oh, I don't know. I realized, well, I should back up a little bit.
Best guess.
Because I'm going to be honest with you, Bora. We just had one here, and it nearly killed all of us. So
We literally had to go back and
like there's a there are a lot.
Did you have to fight a thing?
We always got to fight it.
Yes,
Look how long you've been gone.
No.
That's true.
So, yes, we got into a fight and we were faring rather poorly before Poppy was able to give us another shot at it, essentially.
Well, then, that actually does ring a bell. It's possible that whatever it was you were fighting, it wasn't created now, was it?
No, it was created when we lost Squangarlo.
Well,
When
was.
was that?
no, I mean it was, but this thing was created by what Wire was using. So do you mean physically created, or
Because
Because the scion was created.
because it inhabits a
that, like-
thing?
a month and a half ago?
I can't believe you were asking me that
It was.
question. How dare you? First of all.
Well, let me check when the last time I got a stamp on my Fantasy Chili's club card was.
All right.
Yeah, it was 6 weeks ago.
Okay, well,
I don't think I'm ever going to be able to redeem this, by the way.
We have another.
I'm going to think on that for a moment, but from what I do know, one of these, and it's possible because, well, we've been trying to deal with Dew in the spring wilds too. It's soaked. We've been trying to deal with him in the spring wilds as well right now, and we do notice his power seems to wane whenever he injects himself back into Boros a little bit. Yeah?
What are you trying to do?
Yeah.
How'd you spell that? If
I felt it in my brain. the
just for
other
good
day.
measure.
Yeah.
If you're all willing to check it out, maybe after we're done here, it's on an island off the southwest coast of Tariv.
Could use a vacation.
I think my question remains unanswered.
What am I trying to do?
Yeah.
What are people in the spring wilds trying to do about, him?
Well,
Trying to do the do?
at first we thought it was just a localized thing or kind of an anomaly, so we fought back for a while until we realized that he had been extending his reach to all of the creatures who were natively of the wilds. Thankfully, many of my people, the Furbolg, were not affected, as we were not born from the energies of the spring wild, but many of the creatures purely native to it have been taken over. Well, at first we tried to appeal to Dew, maybe there was some mistake, but he's holed up in his palace, this horrible fractal flower deep in the spring wilds.
Is there?
That the rave beast?
No, it's different.
No, it's a different.
Or is that
Right.
different?
Bora knows what the rave
The
beast
Rave
is.
Beast is kind of.
Oh, I was there for the first one,
Yeah,
and
the Rave-
the second one.
The Rave
Got
Beast is
married
kind
there,
of like
sort
his
of.
party bus. It's not like where he lives.
I
Yeah.
understand party bus.
Yeah, party bus. I'm wondering if his power wanes when he's trying to come here. Is there some way that we could maybe coordinate with people in the spring? So if we're trying to attack one of these nodules, maybe you could attack at the same
The
time.
smoosh effect.
That's partly why I'm here.
They
I'm
call it
hoping
the
that
smoosh effect.
if we can find a way to coordinate, we could possibly do some damage to Dew on the inside, at least to weaken his control within the wilds, while you are helping to loosen his grip on Boros at the same time. And if those two will help each other, maybe it'll just kind of snowball from there, and it'll all work out kind of on its own.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's how
You sounded a little nervous.
classic Bora plan.
Sorry, I went guy there for a second.
real strong in the beginning, and then you just hope with optimism.
Her voice is always breaking like that too.
Yeah,
It's been a rough few weeks.
yeah, I feel that.
Fair.
This is a very likely story, but I see right through you.
Yeah.
This is a trap, cow lady. You just want us to get to that node so that you can trap the rest of the resistance. We're the only ones fighting the spring on this side. How can we trust you?
I understand your suspicion,
It's not true.
My name is Kettle.
Kettle.
Are we the resistance?
We're always the resistance. We
You
don't mean to
all-
be the resistance.
You all have been the victims of spring now for some time, as have all the people of Tareve. I wouldn't expect you to trust me, but do know that myself and some of your friends have a lot of history, and I promise I am just trying to help you.
You're too nice. I don't like it.
Yeah,
Kettle,
I also don't trust it.
I will
You were on my
I will
side for a minute there.
I'm going back and forth, babe.
That's fair. I like it.
I will happily vouch for the cow knight.
Okay, but I don't really trust you either.
Boy, we're throwing.
Wait, as your squire.
It sounds like a you problem now.
Hang on, as your squire, you trust me, right?
Not at all. I'm teaching you. I trust Kai.
But
Here
if
we
I'm
go.
not good, then it's your fault.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Also, we
Right.
are.
Gotta have your
There's some
project.
humility, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually respect that.
Yeah.
You know, you usually wind up going along with us anyway, so I don't know why I even bother.
But
That's a bold and questionable statement.
pizza go the other way.
Kettle fucks off.
Just evaporate.
Oh no, the reverse psychology didn't work.
And on that,
Just walks off into the sunset.
we have a confessional
Oh god.
for Gimbork.
Gimp Orc!
He's back.
Me and-
Gimp Orc!
Oh.
We got a confessional from Leather Daddy Orc in 3.
Ooh. He's back.
Oh my God.
It was so wet sounding.
It's, I know.
I mean, it's gonna be.
It's so good to be back here in Gestalt with my friends, my family, and I don't know if you've heard, but a very certain cow lady is in an open marriage.
Out of here.
Listen, the rumor mill runs fast here in Gestalt, and it's already the talk of the town.
Sounds too simple.
I know, I'm Bora.
You are not.
I need to freshen myself up a little bit, get myself out there, and I can already tell Kai was I'm trying to not be Bora.
Kai.
Kai was eyeing her up a little bit, and I can't have that. I'm gonna polish my gag, wear my finest leathers. I'm going to
Do you think you're gonna out-kink Kai?
burnish my chains, and I'm going to out-kink Kai. This is now the entire plot of this episode. Meow meow.
I like the idea of getting out your finest dress leathers and singing it as though you're in a Sondheim movie.
I choked on a french fry.
I'm getting in my shell and I'm not coming out for the rest of the
The fries are
episode.
too underdone and the cookies are too overdone.
Yeah, it's both. Both is bad.
Wow.
Quick question.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Too moist, too dry, all the time.
Little tech thoughts. Did I catch any of that from the Gimp?
Reminds me of Murray.
Oh, how far does that go? What's the range?
Dry, slippery
Infinite.
boy.
If I don't look at my.
What's it fucking say? You know what?
Vince, if we don't look at the rules, it could be
Anything
anything.
goes.
It doesn't
Quick,
say anything
Buy a
against
bullshit. Make it real.
If you weren't such a narc,
You know what?
Vince,
No, hang on.
maybe all of this shit would work.
Hang on. We have a make it bullshit. Guess what? Your powers became fucking bullshit and is now infinite for this use.
that. Okay, in that way.
Good.
What are you gonna do?
Do I hear the Gimp Orc?
You detect some kinky thoughts coming from Gestalt a little bit into the city.
Am I catching a competitive vibe? Because I would love to deal with that. Like, we don't have to make this the whole episode.
I do think
But
you are
let's.
picking up the vestiges of competition.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going to summon Draconic Spirit and send it to go kill the Gimp Orc.
Not the Gimp Orc.
That was the last confessional from the Gimp Orc.
We'll see.
the Gimp
Okay.
Orc is a beloved character. Have you no
we
I'm
had
sorry.
known
What?
the last
concern for this
time.
franchise?
What?
You don't
was.
have to consent to murder.
The orc could win.
Like on my
It's
t-shirt.
true. You have the consent
t-shirt
murder.
has Bob.
Kai,
Yeah.
what are we dealing with? How meaty is this spirit? How powerful is
I
this
just
spirit?
burned my highest level spell.
What does
for
the
this
rule book
goof.
say about the meatiness of the spirit? What's its meatiness rating?
Okay,
That stodgy
it
spirit.
is a 60 point. Like, what are you asking? What do you want to know?
How powerful is this thing? How fucked is the orc?
Yes. Oh, I don't like the way
In
you
what
said
way?
that. I want to take it back.
You know what? No, I gave myself an idea. It's bullshit again. Here we
Oh,
go.
no.
We're gonna
Yeah.
come back to that in a minute.
Oh no.
I can't even keep track of what's happening.
Oh, beans.
Don't worry.
Oh,
That's
man.
because nothing's happened yet.
At this point,
Yeah, let's just roll the intro again.
Take it for one.
at this point, Gjörn has left the other
building.
orcs and joined all of you.
I've been curing everybody.
The end of the SNL music comes on.
Yeah, they're hugging.
All right, they're playing me off. Want to thank Fedor?
Lord.
The moot.
Fantasy Lord Michael.
Do you remember when we used to have a plot?
Trust me, I'm trying.
Yeah, but we didn't have Fantasy Lord Michaels then.
Did it?
Gjörn approaches you all and
just
lays
got
down some rails. The moot will be beginning soon, and
I sit down on the tracks and
I-
I strap myself in. Take me somewhere.
I can't tell you all for sure what's going to happen. The events of
I
today
can.
are unprecedented, and there are some among us who already speak of retaliation against the spring.
Yeah, there's some among us that are sus.
Use the vent. That was a year of my
Really
life.
topical.
That was a year
Really
of my
topical.
life.
I know it was for you.
Wait.
Slow down.
That one's gonna hit with the kids on TikTok. Anyways.
But we do actually know how the moot's gonna go.
Yeah,
We know how it went, at least. So,
but we've changed things already.
This topiary's done for.
but does that mean that we've changed things
Good word.
for the better or for the worse?
I don't know.
Better.
Today,
What?
it,
Well,
But if
if
they're
he's
talking of
alive, so I'd say
retaliation.
better.
But if they're talking about retaliation,
That's what they were good doing already.
Well,
no.
but
Tell me.
it was pretty split before.
do
Now
you
we
all
have
think?
we have the extra context that the people in the Feywild aren't responsible for this.
We also have a new target to send them.
true.
That's true.
I thought you meant Bora for
I
a
also
second.
did. And I was like,
Let's kill Bora.
We have this one now.
Fun.
Let's take her hostage.
it's true.
Stop taking my characters.
Oops, Alexander.
We have
But it's me.
we have more information now. We have more specific targets, and we have proof of what we're saying, and that could change the entire course of the moot.
Do you all think then that there's something worth salvaging in the spring? After all
Absolutely.
you've seen?
Who is talking?
Gjörn.
Okay.
Oh, Bora's not nearly as pessimistic.
But they do sound the
sound
same.
That wasn't me.
there's a feminine flair to Bora's voice.
Yeah, it's the breathiness.
Yeah.
Is it?
That's what you do.
Oh, is it?
I think that some of us have changed how we're going to vote, and that's important enough to sway a large portion of it. And some of you were very convincing the first time, and you could be very convincing this time, right?
Absolutely.
So yeah, of course we can.
Now that we know that the people in the spring are fighting against Dew,
Ooh.
Why the snot?
Sorry, I already had that one ready
Yeah,
to
it was
go.
locked
Yeah.
and loaded. Understood.
Okay, all right.
they'll know that there are people in the spring that are allied with us and are worth saving. Not everybody is on his side.
They also have, again, external targets here in Boros, not having to cut a swath through the Feywild to get to his stronghold. They know that they can weaken him.
Bora,
Here.
if you could tell everybody about these nodules, these targets that are popping up around Boros, maybe we could convince people to send the forces that they were going to send straight into the spring to help us take out these targets.
Oh, how do I feel about public speaking?
Good. I'm good at it.
You know what? I'm ready.
All that was just Bora talking.
How do I feel? I feel good. I'm great at this.
Sorry, I've been alone for a while.
No.
Are you married?
Have you? Where's Fess?
I've been on the front.
Okay. I was going to say, because at home it's like Fess and literally every furball
Yeah, you
and a bunch of
never had any
orcs.
time
It's
alone.
true, I should not have been alone.
No.
What
No.
front?
like I said, we've been stationed at Garland, at his palace, and trying to get in for an audience when things started going souther. And so now we're trying to find a way in to deal with him in an angry way, but we can't get through while he still holds that much sway over the Spring Wilds.
Oh, because you're weak.
Well,
You're just a weak little cow.
There's a,
you know what? We're being awful liberal with that C word lately, I've
yeah, it's
noticed.
kind of interesting. Also,
I don't think you can call that the C word. if I'm honest.
I said a C word.
listen, there are times for strategy.
Yeah.
You're a knight.
I'm
You
Jim.
understand this.
Yes, I'm not saying we don't attack, but I'm just saying she could have done better.
You don't
It's
know. You
true.
weren't there.
I could have done better had I been there.
Oh my god, I'd love to send you there.
I'm
Send
sure.
No, that's what he wants.
I know.
The problem is,
Like, we don't have your history. So, pardon if not all of us are as bought in on your efficacy.
well, I don't mind that.
Yeah.
We obviously need to do better than we've been doing, but the way to do that is to depower him. And the reason why we haven't been fighting as aggressively as we could, perhaps, is because a lot of people on the opposing side now are people that I know and care about, who I know don't want this for themselves either.
So you're afraid.
Okay, Kettle.
Yeah, okay, Kettle.
We gotta take
do
we
you
gotta take a
Kettle,
lap, bud.
Bora's afraid. We can just move on.
Wanna go help me kill this orc?
I want to kill all of the Spring Wild.
Well, but have you not heard all of the things that we've been talking about?
It's hard to do.
Have I not been true to my convictions? It doesn't matter what I say here. This moot is going to come to a moot point, whether I say so or not. But I'm not changing my stance. I still want to wipe them out. And if that means I die here for whatever reason, then at least I stood for something.
It's important to have conviction.
Ah, stop it!
Bora, do you think
best thing I've ever seen. That was so good.
I really can't blame you for that.
Bora, do you think that whatever is affecting or corrupting Dew and the Spring Wild, just to keep making it worse?
It's the cow nose. I can't help it.
Yeah,
The
I'll bet.
what?
We can say
Yes,
it.
it's her word. She can say it.
I don't like any of this.
you started it?
Do you think,
Don't worry, it's bullshit.
do you think that it is something that could be? Whew, I'm trying so hard. Do you think it's something that we can reverse or heal or fix?
Alec, could you try to be serious?
No.
I'll tell you, even if there was a way to fix him, I don't think I would take it.
No.
At this point, I think he needs to be done away with, but the Spring Wilds itself and the people under his control, I think there might be a chance, and I actually have something that I wanted to show all of you and the Orcs when the moot starts that might be a way for us to do just that.
So you have more secrets that you haven't shared with us. Just exactly how many do you have?
3.
Wow, you knew.
Okay, are you waiting until the moot to say it, or are you going to tell us?
It's more of a demonstration, and I do think the whole moot needs to see it to believe it.
How long are we until the moot now, time-wise?
It's imminent.
Dun dun.
On which note,
Imminent.
Smash cut.
we have a confessional before the smash cut for Bora about her open marriage.
Wait, so wait, which one of you is
Who
doing
gets
it?
to do it?
Do you want to do it?
Yeah!
Let's,
Specifically about her. Okay.
specifically, that's what was asked for is the open marriage.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go over to Xander Genre for that confessional right now about the open marriage deal.
Okie dokie. More confessional in 3.
Oh. Well, now listen. When you live in the Feywilds, your life sort of gets extended overall, and we had the conversation, why do we need to limit ourselves to our experiences with each other? But it takes a while for me to warm up to anybody, so I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. Because it
That's
really
not what I
does
sound like.
It sure is what I sound like.
It's impossible to know, though.
I'm here to
love an
protect
open
my
marriage
my
with
heart
deadly sex.
as well as my place of residence, and I feel for this kettle fellow, but he seems to not really like me very much. I'm not used to people not liking me. But hopefully I convince them all that I have their best interest at heart. In a platonic way, not sexually. Bye, meow meow.
Would you say that Kai has people's best interests at heart in a sexual way?
Or a
Honestly,
non-sexual.
There is
Yeah.
only one way.
I contain multitudes, but most of them are horny.
And those are my thoughts on that.
Meow meow.
Also meow.
Meanwhile, here, with the same people,
Hey.
smash cut to yourselves.
Smash cut to the same angle. The same
The camera
It's a
just
commercial break.
shudders.
It just redid a little bit.
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
remind you in case you missed
Yeah.
it.
And so, like deja vu, the many and varied coalitions of the orcs begin to assemble. An attendant sees to each of you, those who consent, lightly decorating you with a sweet-smelling green pigment like before, bearing a dot on the back of each hand, the palm of each hand, and one on your throat. You see as the orcs point, hear the gasps as they take in the sight of the destroyed hedge statue before you, murmurings and worries. You also notice something else as people begin to filter in. The crowd thickens around you. Wyer's corpse seems to have been taken away by the orcs, or at least it's not where she died. In its place, however, is a light blue lotus flower.
I don't trust it.
What do you do?
Is it planted or placed?
It's growing out of the ground.
Hang on. Remember, for Dazzle, that's what
That's what they do. with someone.
that's what they gave to us, was something to mark.
All
She
right,
found
all right.
But,
All
fe-
right, all right.
but feel free to keep your eye on it. Buddy.
I'm
In
going
case
to
any-
keep
yeah.
both eyes on
Yeah,
it.
keep both eyes on. I want you to listen. I need you on Blue Lotus Flower duty during all this. Okay? I
I'm
need
going
you
to
to focus
do
on
it
that.
because I want to, not
know.
because you told me to.
I know that. I know that because you're a good knight and you understand everything that's going
Where
on.
did you get this knight business?
Because you call her squire,
Yeah.
but you're not a knight.
No.
Why do you get us? Just
Dummy.
focus on the flower.
Remember, detective.
Oh,
He's a gumshoe.
oh, sure. The detective squire.
Yeah.
Traditional.
Well, I mean,
No.
Intern.
I'm not making a joke, and I pull out a comic book called The
I
Detective
was gonna do
Squire,
it.
and it's issue 37. I'm like, no, I've heard of it.
Sure.
That's such a fucking Pope title. Fantastic.
I would like to, as after we get our like markings on our hands and stuff, just like find a seat next to Poppy, and just like put out a hand, asking if she would like to like hold on and grip. If we... All right, it's gonna go better this time.
You have simultaneously you feel Poppy's very, very warm hand and a very tiny, smooth pebble of a wooden hand slide into the other as Little Spoon like grips both of your hands and is looking up at you and kind of bouncing anxiously.
Okay, you did it. You fixed it, and now it's gonna be better.
I just restarted. No, but fixed you being here. Yes.
Thank you.
I'm gonna just see how the day goes.
You've been very brave.
Oh, I think I just not very smart. It's easy to be brave when you don't really know how bad everything is. You know? I did not grow up with lots of bad. So I'm kind of wandering through all of this.
I think you're
Wide-eyed.
very smart. I think
Really?
you're very smart in a lot of ways. I think you're smarter than the rest of us, and if you...
I grew up with a lot of bad.
Oh, you're
trust
here?
me. We're all sitting here. It's a moot.
I do not know how to whisper. How we know this?
I grew up with a lot of bad stuff, and trust me, it doesn't make you smart.
Is that true?
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm pretty dumb.
Then I
But
will
honestly,
keep
poor
my
thing.
eyes wide.
Ella just makes.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
No.
Ella just kind of like makes as subtle eye contact with Kai as she kind of can, and just tries to take a measure of her a little bit, not in like a roll insight kind of way, but just in a, because like I know that anything that you would be intending to do, if you wanted to hide it, you could, at least for me. But I do just like try and make that little bit of connection.
When we make eye contact, I just give you like a little wink, and you see a little like floater, like when you look at a light in the corner of your eye, and I'm gonna give you inspiration.
Ooh.
Yeah, right?
Gjörn, as you've all sat and assembled, Bora joining you as well, shuffles through the leaves and the debris to speak. The enchantment on the hedge is clearly long dead, and his sorrow at the loss of that structure is visible even with his back facing you.
Thank you all for making this journey, joining us here today. This begins the 1991st moot of the Orcs. We will discuss, if it is required, to the length of the first equinox. We take up the issue of spring. Hitherto the source of our way of life, its evident corruption, and the path we must take to resolve it, for our lives and those beyond our borders who will suffer for our inaction. On behalf of the Schaumburg, it is our position that, it is our position the Schaumburg takes no position at this time.
What just happened there?
I open the floor to the clans.
Oh.
He proceeds back toward all of you and sits.
Right.
I'm gonna take this. Go ahead.
So Klulik leans over to Kieran and is like,
Are you okay?
I have seen and done some pretty terrible things today. I don't think I should be the one to lead the tone of the moot. I would like to leave it to those who have not drank one of their associates.
I understand.
I want to know if anything else is contributed to that decision, because it's almost like he interrupted himself very suddenly.
Yeah, what'd you roll?
19.
Hey.
It's possible Vince is a bad actor. We'll see.
Impossible.
Roll the C. No, I'm a good actor.
Yeah, so it doesn't feel like he had anything else specifically on. Actually, what was your number?
19.
I'm lying.
Listen, I know it doesn't happen very often, but like, I roll good.
Sorry, I was assuming it was gonna be bad.
I know.
Amazing.
Honestly, that's fair. Odds are.
I have all of your role explanations already scripted into the show.
You gotta play it for it, man.
Right. So yeah, you actually pick up that there's more, because you know that he killed Wyer. You know what he's seen. You know about the scion. You know the obvious stuff. But it does seem like there's something a little more on his mind about that. That he's almost like he recalled back to something as he was talking, and that changed his mind for now. And he's putting it to the floor to see what the consensus begins to form before levying an opinion into it.
Are we, at this point, are we allowed to share things? Are we allowed to go up and to speak?
Well, you've noticed, are you asking Garen or Dan?
I'm asking Vince.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, man.
Because we saw how it went before, so we would know when
the
our
orcs,
first time.
Yeah, the orcs have already begun talking, discussing, kind of amongst themselves and with representatives. Of course, the hedge is not here to project voices anymore, so it's kind of like either one person in the middle of the whole thing is just screaming, or pockets of discussion have opened up in various sectors.
Well, in that case, would it be all right if could we address the moot with the information that we have?
Well, I suppose you could, but as long as you could, I guess, get all their attention, then.
Yeah, I can do that.
I'm gonna summon my astral form, and I'm going to speak to everyone at the moot.
By the way, while you're doing all this, Kai slips away.
Can I do something just before Kai leaves? I just want to open up my mind link. So everyone can talk to each other within 100 feet if they want to.
Okay.
So you can have it with you if you choose.
Amazing.
I was just waiting for the anybody to start to leave, and I was like, I just want it before the thing. I know we're all gonna have to do a thing. So
you see her, and she turns into her hot boy orc form, and she's gonna go get into Drellin's ear. Another of the show.
Hey, look at you.
Yeah, I remember. I know.
You know what?
One note.
Inspiration for writing things down.
Your one note was Drellin.
That boy.
You have infinite inspiration, Xander Genre.
Your one note was Drellin.
Was it
And yours
Fleshsword?
is Fiestor.
It is I.
Capital except for the L.
It is I. Fiestor.
It's true.
the greatest swordsman in all of Boros.
Did you know?
Fiesh of the sword.
Didn't have the budget for that bottom line there.
Did you know that the last N in the 7-Eleven logo is lowercase?
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Because it's soft.
Hashtag
I'm
not
fucking
sponsored.
done.
Everything else is under.
We've gotta go.
Okay, so
Where were we?
Klulik,
Yes.
astrally,
Yes.
what do you say to the assembled group?
Sure.
First off,
Hello, everyone. Hi. I'm part of the visiting group. First of all, thank you for your. Hi.
What does your astral form look like?
Astral form. Currently, when I do just the helmet is
This is the speaking helmet.
It's the speaking helmet, but the helmet that Klulik usually forms is I think I've mentioned it before. It's like a motorcycle helmet. It's almost like a Kamen Rider thing, but it looks like Murray's head.
Horrifying.
No, it's like it's like a cool pink.
yeah, it's cool.
It's like a cool pink with horns.
You say pink,
And
I
yeah.
believe
No,
salmon.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I'm Klulik. I'm from the visiting group. Thank you for.
Hi, Klulik.
Hi. Thank you all so much for your hospitality and inviting us to be part of this very important event. And also, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry for the damage that was done to your beautiful landmark.
that was you.
No,
It was, and I apologize, but it was catch.
Oh no, he's a monster.
Throws back.
Was it like catch projectile?
Oh, no,
Yeah, I have catch projectile and it just throws it back. Anybody who's throwing.
I'll take one. Start making.
It was unfortunately spring attacked here just before the moot. I'm sure you've heard, and I want to apologize for that too. I'm so sorry. I know what it is like to draw comfort from something and then have it turn on you, and it must be terrible and confusing for you right now.
A rather elderly-looking orc, seated in the same area you recall Wair seating with her clan, the Oranin, stands up and approaches the astral form, but also is like addressing you physically back there a little bit.
Yeah. It's not too far away. It's not like a huge astral form.
Yeah.
I'm not. He's not Wizard of Ozing.
Great bird. The great and powerful Wizard of Bird.
Yeah.
This orc of the Oranin walks up. He says, "While we are speaking of the events of this morning,"
Klulik is gonna touch the orc and allow the orc to speak astrally.
holy shit, Murray head. It is cool. He says, "The Oranin lacks a face. We put to the moot. What became of Wair? By what cause did she die? Let rumor not sound in the place of fact."
I look at Gjörn.
And Gjörn looks at you.
Spring.
Ella.
Spring was her undoing.
I can't do this, Ella.
But it was. That she is the one who planted the source of the scion in your topiary. She is the one who destroyed it.
That's
and
right.
she, because of Spring, and Spring killed her.
She was under the influence of Spring in some capacity. I don't know if it was a magical, mental influence, or if it was something that they were holding over her, but she was under the influence of Spring, and she was going to kill everybody.
And we don't know how long
Ella.
that was happening for.
And Klulik says this out loud to everybody. Says, "It's unfortunate, but it is true. Wair was unfortunately corrupted by the forces."
But that wasn't all. And Ella, they deserve to know the entire truth. Give me the head.
I walk over and I put my hand gently on Gjörn's shoulder.
This is starting to get good and different.
I don't know if it's good. I'm very confused. I would
I'm
think
good
that
as in I don't know what's happening. I was not
Interesting.
here for it.
As Garen begins to discuss, we're going to cut away real fast.
Oh, sweet. I was gonna do. Yeah, it's fine. This could be just a quick cut.
It's okay. Enjoy this.
Time, step it up.
As I don't remember what my fake name was with Drellin, but
Honestly, neither does he.
Yeah, that's fair. But Kai is spinning a sob story. He's saying, Ella is speaking the truth. I remember it all. I held you in my arms as you died. Don't let spring take you away from me again.
And was that true, what you're saying? Did that really happen? Okay. Roll a deception.
Okay. What did I do on that?
We have a single reroll.
22.
Oh!
I haven't
Why did you say it like that?
Because it could have been real high.
She wanted more.
You
She just
Omar'd
wanted
it. You're
more.
like, "Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's 22.
Yeah.
That bullshit.
And just like brushed her shoulder off.
All out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Yes,
true.
that's
He always does it.
That's what he does.
And it always fools me. Okay.
Love you, buddy.
I believe you. But what do you want to do about it?
You speak for the Chambert. You have to make them understand.
I don't know what you want out of this. Do you want us to fight back? Do you want us to destroy the spring, to go to war? That's what people are already starting to talk about.
They want us, all of us, to find seeds of the spring across the world and stamp it out. But I'm just afraid that that might not be enough. And I want us to be ready to do whatever it takes to stop spring.
Oh, I forgot Kai sucks when it comes to this.
Kai's a real one.
I forgot that it was your duty day.
Listen, I'll talk to Garen. I will let him know.
I can't lose you again.
I don't want you to. I don't want to lose you.
What's my name?
Paul.
Paul?
I don't know.
Paul was right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul.
Paul the Orc.
Classic Orcish name.
Classic
Paul.
Orcish name, Paul.
Guy the gardener.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's got
God.
an O in it that's got like a fancy lettering.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, Jeremy. I don't.
Jeremy?
What?
Yeah, Paul Jeremy.
That sounds like a new rocker.
I'll talk to Garen. I can't guarantee that he's going to do what I say, but I'll appeal to him and I'll make sure that we are ready for anything. But if you want my thoughts on it, if what you're saying is true, if there's a way for us to destabilize spring, to weaken him,
Yeah.
but preserve life in the process, that is very much what the Schomburg is about. That's what we do.
And I think I take that opportunity as someone saying something very loud to turn my attention to it, to get him to look away so I can, like, slip out.
Meanwhile, across the
what I do,
audience,
baby.
to the other side of the moot, you notice the Gimbork has arrived with his arm around the Draconic Spirit.
I know it.
They,
Absolutely not.
Is this a bullshit?
this is some bullshit.
Incredible, incredible.
They sit on a picnic blanket that he puts out,
Oh.
and he lays in the Draconic
love
Spirit's
story.
lap, and the
Aw.
spirit starts playing with his hair.
How long does that last? You're like, my love, my
Yeah,
one true love.
when does his heart break, Abria Iyengar?
How is he getting to the hair through the gimp mask?
Oh, there's a hair
It's
hole.
just like a.
A lot of zippers.
That's the worst part.
McDonald's Barbie doll.
A lot of different zippers.
Concentration up to an hour.
Oh, okay. An hour of bliss, and then heartbreak.
Yep.
Man, I'm
I'll try
telling
to time
you,
it.
when somebody's playing
autobiography.
with your hair, it's never long enough. You know what I mean?
Gurren takes the Murray head and begins to address. I hate this.
That is the microphone of this
I know.
universe.
It's bad now.
I have the talking head.
I have the Murray head.
And begins to address the gathered group. Wyre betrayed us. She betrayed us to do. Violated the wards and covenants of Gestauch and would have seen our deaths for nebulous ends. I admit to 2 sins.
and I submit myself to the will of the moot.
Why don't you just admit to like one sin?
But for only one of these transgressions do I feel regret. Yes, I ended Wyer's life. I made a choice, as I was shown what she would do if I allowed her machinations, events that were already in motion, and this I do not regret. My true sin is that I had known already of her arrangement and did not act sooner.
You're the mole?
She may have deceived me as to her intent, but I knew the risk. I knew the knife's edge that we all walked upon, and for this I am sorry.
You're going to let her kill us all.
That is not what I was told was going to happen.
What did
I
she tell
pull
you?
I pull my hand off of Gieran's shoulder for this conversation.
My Murray.
What did she tell you was gonna happen?
She told me that she had begun discussions with him, and that she was making a deal that would allow us to form a compromise without the loss of life, without subjugating Boros to the Spring Wild, without us having to go to war in the process, but it required her to be able to bring a representative on Dew's behalf to the moot. Shit.
You can't.
Thought appeasement would work.
Now you know that you can't trust or deal with him.
I thought talking could help.
I understand.
That if there were someone representing Dew here, we could at least plead our case so it wouldn't have to come to violence, as we knew no other alternative.
Gieran, there's nothing wrong with seeing the good in people and wanting things to work out in the best way.
But there's a lot wrong with that level of naivety.
And there's
Yeah,
a lot
well, that's where I
wrong.
was going.
I agree.
And there's a lot wrong with bringing it up now when y'all need to focus and you are now splitting things even further.
Yeah,
You're
what's
distracting from the main goal, which is weakening Dew and getting to the scion.
what's the vibe in the crowd now after this?
This is ordinarily how orcs handle matters of judgment. They are taken to an arrangement like this.
But it is not up to you to salve your conscience when the entire world is at stake. And you've just done something very selfish.
Nevertheless, I speak for the Schaumburg, the most senior of the coalitions of orcs, and if I am to lead this moot, I must do so with their permission and consent, knowing even then the lack of wisdom I have shown so far.
Drellin could lead.
Huh?
Drellin could lead.
Who's a Drellin?
Someone
What is a
younger and
Drellin?
uncompromised.
And you see him, he's like,
I'm as Kai now, so.
Yeah,
oh.
Yeah.
Who is this?
I agree. I don't think that Gieran is fit to lead this.
I second that.
When you say Gieran, I spit on the ground.
Oh!
Okay, everybody. I think we're getting a little too involved in local politics when we need to focus on the issue that we're actually here
Hey,
for.
change starts at a local level.
There you go.
This is less about
You know what? She's right.
it's true.
Also,
However,
you actually noticed, because you mentioned a younger orc, Gieran actually reads as someone who is... The lifespans of orcs are somewhat nebulous. They're not actually very clearly defined. However, Gieran does look like someone who's probably not older than 30, as orcs go, rather young himself as well.
Cool. Said what the fuck I said. I want.
I'm letting you know what you see.
Yeah, totally fine. He's old. Boo, boo. Tomato, tomato.
I throw it back.
Yeah.
all I am saying is that this isn't about what is happening or what should be happening with the orcs on a social structure or government or whatever. It is
Thank you.
about you have just distracted the moot from its original purpose, and now it's about you.
And we will take up the purpose in turn. We are not
In
accustomed.
turn?
We are not unaccustomed to having more than one issue for debate at one of these moots. I would advise you to consider that we do have standards, traditions, and ways you may not be fully aware of or conversant in, and that we must see to those traditions being carried out properly that date back many thousands of years.
1,991. Now, if we were going, if we're looking at the crowd right now, what is going on? What is the vibe? What is happening since this
Roll
went on?
perception for vibe check.
While you're doing this, I'm going to send across a telepathic link. Like, I know. Don't Don't interrupt him. I know what he just said and how it came across.
17.
But wait, we're winning.
You're getting a general vibe from the crowd. It looks like there were already murmurings going on. There were already uncertainties in the crowd as to what to do in general. This certainly does look like it's given some, particularly the Ornin, who were already a bit on the fence about all this because of Wair, some pause. But beyond that, it does not seem to have shaken people up too much. There is still the ordinary sort of level of conversation and compartmentalization going on right now.
Man, I get the vibe that these people just don't get shook very easily.
I call a witness to the stand.
Oh, okay. I put my hand on her shoulder.
It's not me.
Okay, but call your witness.
I call. But which one are you today?
What?
Which one comes first?
Badfoot or the other one?
Oh, it's Farfoot Oweni.
Farfoot Oweni. I call Bora Farfoot Oweni to the stand. She has inside information and a presentation.
Someone goes to find a rostrum so they have a stand.
Great.
And I look at Bora and I go, okay, buddy, this is it. Employee of the month. And I put my hand on her shoulder.
Oh, I miss him.
Oh.
Yeah.
This actually might be really traumatic. What you're doing.
It doesn't. It's just
look
from
like
the
Murray.
it doesn't
It's
look like
color-coded.
Murray.
Yeah.
It doesn't have his face. I think it's just pink and has horns.
It's just pink and has cool horns.
The way you say it, at first it really did feel like you were just
Murray
putting on
head.
Murray.
Yeah.
Like a
Like a
paper mache.
Yeah.
Well,
I was
that's canon
picturing more
now.
like the motorcycle helmets that have the faces plastered.
Oh no, no, not like that.
Not
Y'all
like
imagine
that.
it bad.
No.
That's why it was
Hello?
funny every time. you
I
said
would
it.
say common right. I would say imagine
Okay,
things
yeah.
better.
Hi, Bora.
Hi, everyone.
Imagine
I'm
things
Bora. I'm kind of from the Spring Wild, but
I knew it. Focus on the flower. Sorry.
They did know it.
but I also grew up here, so I understand both worlds pretty well. And I know that you're all scared, and I would be too. Actually, I am, honestly. Even as I speak right now, my wife is still there in the wilds helping to protect our people, and I worry about her while I'm away. I know the dangers that she faces and the ones that we all face as well, so I understand. Look, I'm not telling you all to be pacifists about this. We can't fight action with inaction, and I've had to knock a few heads myself lately. But I did find something that I think will help. You know, classic Bora sayings. I did find a few things that I think will help and show you what we're really fighting for here. I'd like you all to meet someone. And she begins to pull something out of her satchel.
Nuts and berries. Finally.
However, as she does so, Ella, as she speaks, you can't help but notice something in the crowd. A figure. She seems almost to step through people, and she looks like a bit like when the scion first hatched.
Kill her.
When she had a physical form, and that is much of what you see before you now, but just a little bit different. She looks almost more human, more like any of you. Long, thick locks of hair trail to her calves, her skin like the bark of an ironwood tree, and deep lilac eyes weep sap down the contours of her face. She smiles at you, and you hear a little voice in your head that says, "You see me too. It appears we're connected now, you and me. And you brought a new friend, but why did she come alone?"
As soon as I see her, I'm immediately casting Blight, which I think is going to be really interesting.
Does that travel as like a particle? Like, does that travel as a thing, or does it affect something you choose it to affect? Like, is it casting like a firebolt?
I'm pretty sure. Let me double check because I'm pretty sure it's a target that I choose. But let me take a quick.
Because you about to blight an orc.
I know. That's my concern, but it also is like not something that Ella's gonna care about. Because I'm pretty sure it's a target.
Not gonna nod like I know how light works.
Not round 2. Creature of my
Start
choice.
over again.
Okay, so it affects the creature.
Don't have another one.
If the creature doesn't exist, what happens? Just doesn't work. Doesn't happen.
It shouldn't work because it has no effect on
Do
undead or
casting
construct.
this?
You
there-
cast it, and nothing happens.
There's
Does
verbal
it-
and somatic components.
Yeah, so then you would
Do
see
I see
it.
you cast it? Do I see what she's casting at?
Oh, no. None of you see this figure, and even as you cast this, you notice that the individual appears to move through other orcs who do not react to her at all.
I'm gonna counterspell it.
You're going to counterspell the blight.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like, unless you stop trying to cast it, I'm going to counterspell.
Well, because I probably would have cast it because it's a
Yeah.
pretty quick. It's almost like an instantaneous spell.
Still takes an action.
And so out
right,
of caution,
I would have noticed it not work either way.
but before
I
you
don't
realize it
know.
doesn't work, you notice she's casting something.
So you probably would have counterspelled it before I realized it didn't
Yeah.
work.
Yeah. All I see
On
is
her.
you targeting Blight, which I've seen you cast before, so I know
Yeah.
what it looks like.
Just into the crowd.
Into the crowd.
Yeah.
And you know that I murder now. So, yeah, no, that makes total sense. I'm just gonna, because I'm just now thinking about the consequences of thinking that of not knowing that I can't hit her with blight.
What you
because
feel,
you-
your hands lock, like something closes over it, and you feel the the magic snap in your hands.
Counterspell has a somatic component too, right?
Mhm.
So. Oh, we have a telepathic link.
Yeah.
It's like,
What are you doing?
Scion's right there.
No. There's nothing there.
Do I still see her?
And
It's
she
a group chat. We can only get this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry, it's a
Yeah.
little-
Do you
Oh.
see it?
and she leans forward and says, "It's only you, Ella."
Is it the flower? Should I attack?
Oh, that's really interesting.
Hold on, flower. I repeat, hold on, flower.
Copy that.
What's happening, Bora?
The next moment you look, though, she's gone.
Oh.
Hey, Ella, you good?
No.
Okay. We'll deal with that in a moment.
I can't get this baggie open.
Meanwhile, Bora pulls out a little baggie, the same baggie that she would normally keep all of her nuts and berries in. She speaks an incantation into it, and you see as the whole woof and warp of burlap slowly unravel, traveling away from Bora in a single thread until stems, branches, prickles all begin to grow into a humanoid shape before you. It takes form, and Ella, Klulik, you two realize you're looking at Bora's old friend Thorne from the wilds,
Oh.
from the wedding, from many other adventures.
Yeah.
But they are different, almost wild. Their eyes are a bright and roiling green, violence and malice twisted onto their face. Thorne lunges for one of the
I
orcs
knew we couldn't
present,
trust her.
Hang on.
but is tugged back, and you can all see that the burlap string is acting as some kind of restraint against them, holding them in this area like a stasis cell that they were unfurled in.
And I, over the group chat, I'm like, oh, that's Thorne. Thorne used to be really chill.
This is what happens to everyone in the Spring Wild. I knew it.
But not everybody.
Kettle, I don't think it does happen to everyone. Bora isn't acting like that.
Yet.
Yes, that's true.
Bora isn't from there.
Right. So it's just not everyone that's in.
She just brought this dangerous beast here.
Bora's technically from there, then came here.
Well, no.
Is it like an infection? That's what they said at the first moot, that it was a rumor that it was an influence.
Right. What if we can help?
What if it's like a spell?
Are we doing that thing where we're talking over the movie and they're explaining what's going on?
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
And that's how we solve. This is Thorne. One of my greatest friends. I owe them my life many times over, but they, like so many denizens of spring, heard the call of dew that they had no hope to resist, and they tried to kill me as I slept. I have my wife to thank for preventing that tragedy,
That tracks.
Cool.
and for not and for
very
not
cool.
immediately passing judgment on them either. But I'll admit, for a time I was torn. I didn't know what had become of my friend, or if there was any hope that I would get them back again. That was until something changed. It happened here in Boros, perhaps about a month and a half ago. Whatever it was, it disrupted Dew's hold in the wilds at the same time, if even for a little bit, and mages among our people were able to sever the connection between a few of the individuals in Spring and Dew himself. I was not there then, but I still hope to share this story to show you now that there is a way. But now that I am here, and now that I've seen what's happened, I would actually like to try something.
And she turns back to all of you.
Okay, so I don't actually know what does it, but I think it has to do with Dew losing some kind of control, with something happening here in Boros. And I feel like with everything that's happened over the last day or so, maybe we can use some of that.
I stand up, and I have a sort of necklace now that I've been, that's sort of tucked into my jumpsuit.
Mm-hmm.
And I take it out, and I place it against my ear, and I aim it at Thorne. It's my mourn horn, and I want to hear Thorne's deepest regrets right now.
Oh. Yeah, what the fuck?
Have fun.
Thank you. You
Need
enter...
a minute, we can vamp.
No. You enter Thorne's mind. Quick, not good. You enter Thorne's mind.
I just hear it.
That's how I
don't-
roll.
Oh, okay.
You enter Thorne's mind enough to you're hearing what this individual's greatest regrets are.
Yeah.
The thing that they feel just the worst about having done or experienced in their life. And you actually do get a very recent memory back. There's a few that filter through, a few that seem to have minor, more major, moderate significance, but one does take prominence. And in fact, it calls to what Bora had just said.
Yeah.
And you see an image of Thorne with no volition of their own, growing this spine out of their arm and trying to impale Bora into the throat while she was sleeping, only to be hauled back and beaten back by Fess, who was still awake at that time and just working on her book.
So cool.
So
Slip
cool.
snowed.
That is the thing that Thorne regrets the most. But
Oh, baby.
yeah.
It's a fate thing.
Shout out.
Okay, I yell to Bora, and I guess to everyone that can hear too. That the moment that you just said, that is Thorne's biggest regret, is trying to hurt you against their will. They were trying to stop it, but they could not. The vines wrapping around them were forcing them, and they were very grateful for Fess interfering.
So they're in there somewhere.
Fess is Bora's wife.
Very cool. So cool.
Yeah. She gave up smoking.
Thorne is still in there.
Can you hear them? If you do that thing that you do, I'm gonna say this telepathically just in case you'd be upset with me blowing up your spot. I'm gonna say like,
Yeah. Sure. I will throw up a detect thoughts, and we'll start bouncing from Thorne to Bora.
oh, I should have known that was gonna happen.
Okay, so you're detecting.
So I'm saying surface level. So
Yeah.
anyone I can see within 30 feet of me, I can bounce surface level detect thoughts on.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I'm gonna go Thorne, Bora, and then moving out in a pattern just to see what the reaction of the crowd is.
Yeah, Bora's thoughts are primarily of determination. She is hopeful, she is optimistic, but she is here to get something done, and she knows that if she pitches hard enough, if she does what she has to do, she will make it happen. She wants to free Thorne, first of all, now that it seems like there might be a chance to do it, and she wants to help convince the moot that there is a way that is not just the binary of all kill or submission, that there is a between point that we could ride the line of. For Thorne, their thoughts are mostly of wanting to escape, wanting to be free, wanting to not be under control, but you perceive a consciousness kind of holding over that, like holding it down. Honestly, not dissimilar to what you'd perceive from the Scion, because you've also had that up while she was around at various points.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really what's coming through right now.
Cool. I'm live feeding this to the group chat.
There's so much stimulation.
Anyone who knows magic, I could use some help. I don't know what spell does it, but something to do with all of this, to do with the loss of Dew's Well, no, that was Dio.
Yeah, we gotta be
But
careful
then you
on that.
said-
But
Then
then
I
you did
did.
say.
You gotta take one spit back. No, that's bullshit. No. I don't know what the spell is, but I know magic's involved. This gives us an opportunity, this moment, this place where Dew no longer has power to free them. I don't know how to do it though.
Detect magic?
Effie, can you
Maybe can kind
take
of
a look?
see what kind of thing we're dealing with?
Yeah, and it
Aside
seems...
from just spring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get hints of various different forms of magic, a bit of conjuration, a bit of enchantment.
Tell me your secrets.
And that's mostly it. By the way, we're not looking for like some specific spell. Feel free to just fuck around.
Great, I've got a couple of options depending on what came back. But please go ahead.
Then I want to feed you information. If you want to take point on this spell, I'm going to try to describe to you in as aggressive detail as I can. It's like you're like the remote surgeon, and I'm trying to describe the shape of the tumor, the vines that are reaching and holding onto her mind.
I have both remove curse and dispel magic.
Yeah.
I'm thinking dispel magic based on the information that came back. So I will just very cautiously, trying not to get nipped. And I will listening directly through the instructions that Kai is giving me. You can kind of see Effie pulls out her book. And the things carved into the front of it, the different phases of the moon, the different sundials, kind of start to move around.
Yeah.
They shuffle in place a little bit as they rotate. And she reaches towards while looking away, and you can actually see out of it some vines almost start to sprout on the front of her book as she's trying to pull the magic out of it and keep it.
Great. Do me a favor, roll me a nature and an arcana.
So what do we got for rerolls? What's that about?
We have one?
We only have one?
They don't love us anymore.
We've only gotten 2 rerolls the entire session so far.
They got used to not giving them to us.
That's true, but we have to had some.
Okay, so we had Arcana and what?
And nature.
Okay, I've got a 16 for Arcana.
Nice.
Nice. Too much faith in us.
And
a reroll for nature?
I've got a 14 for Nature.
And a reroll for nature?
And a reroll for Nature. I've got a 14 again.
Okay,
it's
to be
lower.
fair,
No, it's worse now. So I've got a 14 for Nature.
I didn't want to cut her off because she was explaining stuff, but in my explanation, I did want to give her bardic inspiration. Is that okay?
Yeah, roll it.
Cool. You see a little moat floating.
D8.
Little float note.
Right?
It's a D10.
now.
I'm not a. What am I? Some kind of.
I got
dirty
a 14
mixed
for nature.
class?
18 for
18
Nature.
total? Okay, great.
Yeah.
You see, as you focus this spell, you watch as the remains of the hedge-turned scion turned Dew coalesce around Thorne, the chlorophyll and fluids draining from the leaves and filling Thorne with its vitality, and then drawing off a little bit of that more antagonistic essence, which you wanted to draw away, right?
Yeah, essentially part of how Effie learns things when she's looking physically at magic is it really just kind of chronicles what she learns from it into this magical book, but it takes the magic into it physically. And
So
it
just
kind of appears
Ghostbuster
in
style,
words.
you're just...
I described it more as vine sprouting from the book, but I guess you could ruin it.
I dig this, yeah. Yeah, you absorb that bit of magic, and then suddenly a snap, like a thunderclap, and you see a jagged trail of dead grass form like a whip crack, trailing away from Thorne, who then doubles over. Bora rushes over to them, casting the burlap thread aside, and you see as they slowly stagger back to their feet, their eyes are clear like artesian springs, and they look to all of you. Do you also approach, or are you...
What did the trail go back to where the topiary was, or any sort of area?
And almost like it goes over there and then somewhere. else?
Kettle is busy stomping on that flower.
You
Beautiful.
get it.
Don't inhabit another planet.
Oh shit. He's going to
In 4D.
Sorry, I got excited.
Thorne!
Wait, towards the plant or towards the
former hedge.
The former hedge, but now that flower is there, right?
The
spot.
lotus?
Yeah.
That was where Yair died.
Oh, okay.
You may also stomp the lotus.
No. He was watching where the
I
the
see,
topiary
okay.
was.
You honestly stomp anything you want, but
I
yes,
will. I don't need your permission.
it trails back to the hedge where the hedge used to be. Oh, hey, wow.
Thorne, buddy!
Oh my god, hey, some new faces here. Where's Dazzle?
Oh, not right
I really
now.
wish people would stop asking that question.
Elsa, a guard killed her.
A card?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's nice that people miss
Somebody
her.
ever asks you to pick a card, just don't.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah, don't
No.
never do it, is what I would say.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Oh my god. And they run up to Bora as well and give them a big hug, and Bora just like envelops Thorne. You're a little crack.
How many times can you do that?
Oh,
What was that? You said it was a dispel magic or something?
Probably like a few thousand a day, real easy, right?
probably a few thousand a day.
Yeah.
No.
How many times can you reasonably cast that spell?
What level does Dispel Magic come in at?
3.
3. So I can do it 3 times a day. Oh, at higher levels, I can a total of 8.
Okay. Hey, Bora, how many corrupted Fae would you say that there are in the Feywild?
Oh, somewhere in the low tens of thousands.
Oh, and then I can recover my spell slots and I can do it some more. No, I can do it.
So at best you double up and you get to 16.
Look, that's one person.
That's 1 for 8. That's big.
Or
That's pretty
16.
good.
I
Or
will say,
16.
the last time whatever this thing that happened a month and a half ago happened, our mages were able to clear a field of these people.
Now, I'm not a particularly skillful magic user. There's tons of people who can do what I do and more.
I think
This
it's
is
more a
so
matter of
true.
timing than anything else.
We don't need to. Listen, I don't want to minimize or discuss this to death right now. Thorne, will you explain to people what happened to you?
Yes.
And I
Give me the Murray.
I put my hand on Thorne's shoulder.
And as Thorne breaks it all down, we're gonna go to a very quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, way to
And
use
stay
a
here.
cut. Yes.
And then we'll jump cut to the end of that.
Eye contact.
That was both cheeks.
It's really evolved from like this
That was a
subtle
full
thing
moon.
that was like, oops,
Boss.
Yeah.
did we
Anyway,
know it was happening? All the way up to
Thorne finishes up their oration to the assembled moot, discussing the feeling of what it was like to be subjugated by Dew, that they felt a mental link with the various others who were as well, that they fought to regain control but ultimately failed, and they are thankful to have been released from his grip. The crowd around you does seem moved by this, impressed, if nothing else, that there clearly is actually a way to turn the tide of spring without having to murder at least all of them. And hey, look, a little murder as a treat. However, it does seem to have an effect, have a sway. That said, though, another orc rises as Thorne returns next to Bora and sits. Dressed in bright, warm tones, who you all recognize as Shell, the face of the Gaun Malor, who you traveled through the Springwild with. This is Nikosi's clan as well.
Yes.
She shouts over the assembly, "For all these wonders, for all of this promise, we have yet still not heard from those among us who have the most lived experience in contest against the hell that he has wrought against our world. To them, I would like to cede my own time. Let us hear their perspectives, in particular after what we have just seen." And she turns to all of you and flashes a thumbs up. Would any of you like to plead a case to the assembled moot?
let's destroy the spring. Ha! Good point.
I can only imagine that was also Kettle.
Yeah.
You're your own hype man.
Someone's gotta be.
That guy's got a great point.
We should listen.
You want to do
You go ahead. Sure.
Please.
Thanks. I
Up to
don't.
the head.
I'm a bard.
Oh! She has her own Murray head.
Yeah, she just projects. She's a fucking bard. A full-ass bard. We have had many discussions, and I don't think you understand how tiring this is, since we, the 6 of us, remember the last time we had this conversation. We saw the way it went. We saw the nature of your hearts, which is interested in the preservation of life and maybe a little bit at the expense of efficacy. But we have a plan thanks to Bora. We have targets, those nodes. So why are we still talking? Every moment that we wait and deliberate and hold ourselves away from the world is another moment when Dew Springbloom. Don't spit. That is not action. Oh! Is able
Poppy
to.
sits up.
And Kettle gets his first crush.
Oh no, it's happening again!
Roots himself further in this world. You do not need more words, though we have plenty, and I more than most. We have a plan, and we simply need you to be brave enough to act.
What they said.
Yeah.
That's a good point. They have a pretty good point.
Any foolish diving straight into the Feywild to try and meet him head on is just going to give him more fodder for the forces that he is throwing against us.
And daughter.
At Poppy's feet, Little Spoon is like slamming on her calves and is like shaking her and tapping her and shoves her off of her seat, and she stands up and she goes, okay.
I'm going to inspire Poppy as she stands.
Oh.
I am ready to fight for Spring. I'm ready to take down Dew. Don't fucking spit.
It wasn't me.
I'm gonna keep spitting.
But we don't need the whole room of it. It's not sanitary. It was your thing. Keep it.
Thank you.
That's fair.
I'm ready to fight for Spring, not against it. I want to save people like Thorne, like Bora and Fess. Dew needs to end. And I'm ready to fight. To protect.
And the Little Spoon just climbs up and just
I give Little Spoon like a little fist bump. Good job, buddy.
little.
You got it.
We rip out this corruption by the roots. We restore this balance that is so necessary to y'all, and we end the monsters that killed our friends.
That was very good. You were very brave in front of the crowd.
Thank you. People kept calling me brave today.
Kettle, as all your friends are pleading their cases, making their very inspiring orations to the crowd, Bora actually comes and sits next to you. Not too close that it's, you're gonna kill her.
Well, I might.
Or try.
If she gives me a reason.
She's very
strong.
But she sits closer to you.
Hey, Kettle. I know you, not a big fan of spring. And you have a lot of good reasons to not like them.
That's an understatement.
And honestly, I think that even if we don't fully agree, your mindset and people like you who want to fight, well, it's still very important. And we're still going to need that. So I have a little something for you. I want to give you a promotion.
Huh?
No.
And we have activated a promotion for Kettle.
Yes!
Is there anything specific Kettle has been working on or wants to be promoted in or of?
Well,
Giving out promotions.
Instead of inspector, maybe a detective? What's
Chief Inspector.
Chief Inspector?
Oh my god, you made Chief Inspector.
Oh!
What perks does it come with?
And she reaches over and pins a little
Topiary
badge over your
stomping
water.
boots.
What would you like that to
Give
do
me
if
a
you have an
buff
idea?
for investigation, please.
I'll take it. What's your current bonus for investigation?
That is a good question. Investigation's a +3 right now.
A +3? Let's make it a +5.
Permanently?
Permanently.
Hell yeah!
Chief investigator.
More promotions! Oh my god!
Oh no!
This isn't like real world promotions. These matter.
Whoa, hey, whoa, chat, let's talk about this.
This isn't just corporate bullshit. This is real.
Thank you. I just rolled it, and I was going to adjust the number.
Assembled people of the moot.
Go boy! I'm trying this again.
I also have. Oh, I love it.
I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder.
Thank you, Good Murray. What was your athletics roll?
It didn't work. It's not time. It's time for Guy to speak. This is the time.
At last it killed anybody in a bit.
Good, because I had nothing ready. You give Guy the Murray head. It immediately soils a little bit.
It can't. It's magical and astral.
Somehow.
No.
Actually, it's bullshit.
No!
Hold on. Are all the bullshits for you?
They're just for whatever. So, hey, specifically, they're bullshit. So, a little bit.
Wow.
What a world.
He speaks to the oily Murray.
Ew. Wait, how many rerolls are there? I'm trying. I'm
there's
trying
a bunch
again.
now.
I'm trying again.
Oh, Orcs.
You haven't.
We go back.
No,
so
but
far.
it is as close as I can get.
Welcome to my world. I've been killed so many times, and so
I'm gonna kill you again.
I know
right
a thing or two
now.
about.
So that's a 21.
Can't you quiet him?
Oh yeah, shut up.
Oh, that's great.
Forgot I could fucking do that.
Yay!
Thank you for that. I can do that with. I can make things brighter and dimmer and.
As you then take your
louder.
time to throttle Guy over here on the sidelines.
Oh no, I don't take my time again.
Sorry.
Very, very quick.
Oh, what'd you roll for the throttle?
23.
Oh,
22.
great. Yeah, no, you can rip his spine out with that.
Yeah.
Oh!
Okay.
There it is. Yeah, Mortal Kombat finishing move. Finish him.
I just. What's the point in conjuring a magical helmet if people can make it dirty and quiet?
You know what?
Oh, sweetheart,
That's some
I made him
bullshit.
quiet. I didn't make your helmet
Oh,
quiet.
okay.
That is bullshit.
Bullshit.
Hey,
I'm not even
everyone.
British for it. Can I help you?
Wait, you've been faking?
That was bullshit.
After all these appeals have been made, after Guy has been deboned, after all these things have happened, Gurn also stands to speak and proceeds out to the center of the rostrum of sorts.
I'm sorry, it's a little oily now.
Oh my god. And it's like seeps into his robe.
Astral glide.
Oh my god!
Astral Glide is a very good job.
Inspiration!
Thank you.
Everyone, I must concur with our guests. We could debate this until the bitter end, but it would appear a great many here bear conclusions already, and those of you who have not have likely not been paying close enough attention.
Oh, so this isn't the bitter end? Okay.
It's cool that even when they agree, everyone has to talk.
Typically we debate until midnight.
We don't have time for that.
Yeah, we got a schedule.
It's like 2 p.m.
Yeah, we don't have
We can do
10
a
more
walk
hours.
and talk. The world
Hi.
is literally being.
I think this is like the orc version of an orgy.
Ew.
An orgy?
Yeah.
It's
No,
an
we
orgy.
have
Actually,
those.
let me be clear. The last 2 weeks, that's not true.
No,
How
the,
long has it been?
the orc version of an orgy is an orgy.
Yeah, I know. I
It's an
remember 2
orgy,
days
though,
ago.
right?
They
Orgy?
could call it an orgy.
Mm,
Boo.
It hasn't been an hour.
even Gimport didn't like that.
Gimport
Gimport?
crying.
Oh no!
Also,
My baby!
Oh no!
Oh, I pass detect thoughts. I dropped concentration on that forever ago.
what did this Gimbort's
I was
fictional
hoping
lover
you'd wait
look
till
like?
the last minute.
The dragon?
Yeah. It was a dragon?
Yeah, it's a
spirit.
draconic spirit. So like a giant, beautiful worm with a Y, no arms. So what they were doing defies imagination, but not fan artists.
This
Please
is a
go draw
scaly
it.
household.
Yes.
Yummy.
It looks like the dragon from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Shenron.
You know what? I'll fucking take it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Instead of
That's
fingers, it
what
was
we
just
got.
using the other end to like play
Oh,
with the hair.
no!
Okay.
You
was
have
just
said
like-
enough.
It was using the
Beak.
tail.
beak.
Who's using the tail?
Blanket.
You know what? Yeah, back.
He was using the tail. Dragons got long tail.
Like an avatar.
Oh wait, for the hair.
For the hair.
Okay, I get it now.
Yeah, I was playing with the hair.
My dude, we were not on the same page for a minute there.
Now the
No.
last Airbender, the blue one.
Meanwhile,
I think you all made it dirty and not me.
You are right now.
The Gimp Orc
Absolutely
is
correct. I apologize.
currently in mourning. You see he's wearing a black veil that is still somehow leather. And dabbing his eyes with a handkerchief as he stands over an actual gravestone. And you see a little mini funeral being conducted. In fact, the Spicy Boys are playing.
The Spicy Boys!
That's a real funeral.
Bad boy!
They're all bad boys.
As there's a tiny demonic spirit funeral going on across the moot.
Amazing.
Now wait a minute.
That's really sad.
Now wait a
Yeah.
minute. Does Effie know about the Spicy Boys?
Yeah, everyone
there
knows
a
about the Spicy Boys.
Doesn't know about the
Spicy
Spicy
Boys are
Boys.
eternal.
Yeah,
I'm from this planet.
Yeah.
they're from the planet of Bora.
Whoa.
Yes.
Which one's your favorite Spicy Boy?
The bad boy.
Yeah, correct answer.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I like the bad one.
Gurren continues. We vote now on the matter of spring. You either vote to free the spring wilds, or to so attempt, despite risk, to annihilate the spring wilds, despite loss, or to vote for inaction.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
possible?
advise.
I guess.
Yeah, the binder didn't work out great last time, so there's a third
I
option.
think more options, okay.
Oh, I don't like the inaction one.
Hey, at least we know who's going to be weak.
The second issue, to the degree you have concluded it amongst yourselves, you may also, along with your verdict, pass judgment on myself. Per our customs, you may vote either for amends, for exile, or for my return to nature.
Oh.
On behalf of the Scion Work, we vote to free the spring, and we abstain from the issue of my transgressions. Let the moot conclude. We shall begin with our guests, who will make a collective vote.
He abstained from punishing himself, but you could tell he wanted to, which is weird.
Roll for a king.
All right,
Oh, we're voting as a group?
we get one vote.
Oh.
I would like to forgive Gurren. I think we can all agree on that one because he was kind of working with us on that. That'd be kind of dope if we could just say, like, no murder for Gurren.
Well.
While we're talking,
don't want
I
to
actually
think
want
about
to
it.
bop through and do another round of Detect Thoughts to see what people are thinking.
Yeah, it's like
As far
work
as
the crowd
what
a
to
bit.
do, what to do with Garen.
About Garen specifically.
Yeah, what do they want?
Generally, there is a tone of forgiveness because specifically in amongst the orcs, there is no such thing as pure forgiveness. If you have transgressed and admitted to it, like Garen did, he must still make good on any damage caused. He must still make amends for that and earn his way back into good graces. Generally, that seems to be more of the vibe. There are some who do want to kill Garen in the crowd. And a few who are thinking exile is more appropriate because they abhor violence, but only like for that, it's icky kind of reason. But generally, there's a positive vibe currently.
They don't want to kill him.
Look, amends is helpful. Like, guilt is a powerful motivator, and we need him to.
Yeah. Amends for Gurren, right?
But maybe we suggest that some of the amends that he needs to be making, since he allowed the Feywild to encroach here, spring to encroach here, that a big portion of his amends is to solve that problem.
Sure. I think I'll leave it up to you two to talk to Gurren about that. You seem like
Oh no.
you seem like you've got a lot of opinions on it.
Okay, and then in the matter of the spring,
Mini vote between us. Cleanse.
the option was free them, right? That
Yeah.
was the
Free
yeah.
and then
Destroy.
destroy.
Free.
Dispel magics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free.
Free.
Yeah.
I'm for fighting for freedom.
Wherever there's trouble.
I'm getting better at saying the word fighting.
Yeah,
It's for Little Spoon. Really powerful.
I said my piece.
Yes.
We'll fight with you.
Free the spring.
I will go along with what is happening here because I am sick of inaction. But let it be known, I want to destroy them all, and I think Urine should die.
I can't even begin to unpack that second part, bud, but okay.
You know
I
what?
can unpack it for you. I
Yeah.
think that Gurn was irresponsible, and we need him to be removed from leadership. Killing him will send the right message and will clear the way for new leadership to be appointed.
Well, how do you feel about maybe we vote for exile then, and he's exiled into service with us to eradicate spring?
Well, that sounds like amends.
Yeah.
Great.
Well,
Look, amends don't require you being awarded your leadership.
No, but
again.
but exile is
I-
very specifically
I know.
exile.
I agree with Kai though. I think amends doesn't mean that he gets put back in a position of
Oh,
leadership.
no.
So I agree that he should not be in a leadership position. But
Not until at least he earns it back.
right. But also sending him away from his people. I don't know if I feel right about that either. So is amends okay?
Yeah, I think majority is for amends. And
I'll
majority.
go along with the group, but I do not agree. I think this is setting up a torture situation.
Oh,
The-
what?
Someone who is exiled from their people, as opposed to a quick, swift, honorable death in front of the moot for atoning for their sins.
Oh no!
I
We're
admire
not
your
voting that he
convictions.
gets to stay.
Hey, this is in our head. Shut up.
What? Excuse
Mind
me?
link.
Mind blank.
Open marriage. No. no, she didn't say
If
it.
we're actually into Bora, I would have probably let her in.
Here's the
mind
thing.
link.
You
I'm
were
sorry.
very hot, but also weirdly nice.
I'm pretty cheery. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did
How
let
about
Bora
this?
in. the
Oh,
But-
shit. Okay.
My
How
bad.
about
Sorry.
part
Nice
of
to
the
have you
amends
here.
is that he does not get to continue to lead right now, because I don't actually think that his guilt-ridden mindset is actually. I agree with Kedo on this.
Yeah.
It's not a good place to lead right now. He kind of sucks right now.
Is that something that's
Um,
that would naturally be part of amends? Like he would be pulled from leadership for the moment?
Someone here who has the faintest chance of being familiar with orc culture can roll a history
I've
and
read
figure out.
every book on the planet.
Roll history.
Every book.
Unless anyone has
Do
a
you
better
want
connection.
advantage?
Yeah, unless
Yes.
anyone else would have a better excuse
Now
to know the
remember,
orcs.
on an ability check, because you didn't get to say it before, you get to re-roll. You get to roll it twice and take the higher number.
Yes. Okay, I'm thrilled about that idea.
I
No, you roll
got
a
a
D10.
7,
You roll a
and
D10.
I think
Oh,
orcs
yeah, yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
trees.
Okay, so then that's pretty rough.
I got a 7.
We're more of a plains people.
Oh,
That was Bora.
I got that wrong.
Okay, so I have a 16 for, wait, no, what's my history modifier? 16 on the die, which is very fortunate for your bardic inspiration because that added 10.
Yeah.
And for history, that's a +7, so mid-20s.
You're fine. Your recollection would be that generally with these things, again, to the limited extent there's published works on this topic, it's not a very common topic for publishing, but that he would remain in the clan system, in the city, in the group that he's a part of, in the Shalmverk. But he would not be trusted with making executive or other sorts of largely influential decisions, though he may still be consulted until he has repaid his debt.
That.
Great. So
That works.
amends sounds good then. That's what we were thinking of.
You'd also know that any given clan has 3 leaders who lead in unison, but the one who is called the face is their forward public-facing representative.
Okay,
So even in his absence, there are still 2 people in the Shalmverk who do run things.
excellent.
Okay.
So we're not leaving them in a power.
So it
vacuum
sounds
or
like
something.
we want amends for
Amends
Garen.
and cleanse, baby.
Amends and cleanse, baby.
I tried that detox, it was not fun.
Yeah, it's so much cayenne.
It's day 3 is really the low point
Yeah.
of it.
It's boiling potato peels and
Yeah.
shitting the guts out. Continue.
I feel like free instead of cleanse just for.
Amends and freedom.
Guy, why don't you tell them super convincingly?
Yeah. There is no universe in which we would vote for amends if we didn't believe that you would step back from your position of power to learn from this and not lead again until you know better. Beyond that, what we said before, we stand by. Cleanse the world of Dew's rot. Free the Feywild. That is our vote.
Those are
That is a more than fair assessment. And Gurn...
I never get to roll about it.
Well, because he's just like...
They did a good job.
Yeah, he's just cool with it. So, like,
Cool.
nothing needs convincing because he's kind of, like, on the same page with you.
Alright, vibes.
Roll
it for me. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Roll it for Effie.
Oh, I forgot it's the eyeball. Ooh, it was bad. 17.
What? 17's bad?
That's a 4 on the eye.
Oh my god.
I have that back in the dice. Yeah.
Hey, can you describe to me what that's like in like visceral detail of what rolling a 4 but still getting a 17 is like?
Feels real hot.
Hey, so unfortunately, Kai, that was kind of bullshit.
Oh no!
And because you rolled an eye, you now get to choose a random place you grow an additional eye.
Temporarily, right?
Until it stops being funny, yeah.
Oh my god.
I grow an eye in the center of Gieran's forehead.
Your own?
God damn it! And one finger curls down. Shit!
He's mine now.
You lawyered me!
You got a third eye.
Don't bullshit a bullshitter,
Oh my
sir.
god.
It's true. I did not word that well.
You did.
One just milky, featureless eye opens in the center of his forehead.
Ew.
And when he looks at me, I wink at my own eye. So everyone knows it's mine.
And that'll close when your amends have been
Yeah.
fully.
And hopefully when I go to the bathroom.
Amends ain't easy.
That's not a guarantee.
Oh, let's find out. I pull out the fiddle fiddle.
Fiddle fiddle.
Oh, do you think I don't remember everything and just wait for the moment to fuck with it?
Oh, okay.
That was supposed to be mine, and this is so much better.
I got a 10-1. I got a 10-1. And Bjorn runs off to the little orc's room.
And I watch.
He looks up as he pees.
Do your eyeballs have ears?
Is it an ear ball?
Is it an ear ball? I hate that word so much.
Meanwhile,
Absolutely
Bjorn
not.
returns from his bathroom break
That's some bullshit.
and continues counting down the clans. The Oranin vote to annihilate the spring and return Gurn to nature. Thanks.
Yeah.
The Kunkao.
Cattle, I think you're sitting with the wrong group.
I'll just sit over there.
The Kunkao vote to free the spring and permit Gurn to make amends. The Shkiln vote to do nothing of the spring and to exile Gurn.
Wait, do nothing?
Inaction was an option.
Yeah.
Why would anyone vote to not do anything about
Nobody likes them.
They're the ones who probably thought icky.
The Nilsir vote to annihilate the spring and permit Gurn to make amends. The Gaun Malor vote to free the spring and to exile Gurn. And the Ginung vote to free the spring and permit Gurn to make amends. Very well. Counting your vote as our honorary clan for the day, we are decided. The Orcs will take this chance at freeing the spring from the corruption that is Dew Springbloom. And
He's the only one. Ooh, he got it.
why? Why did I do that?
Yo, good get.
But it's fine.
Oh God!
No, that was a good get.
It was just instinct.
Yeah, you would make a great monk.
Why is it
It's so
gooey?
viscous.
Oh!
I can't feel that.
Oh, beans!
Yeah.
That's infected now.
Keeps getting worse.
And I will remain a member of the Shalmverk, required to make up for my misdeeds in service to our people. Thank you all who have assembled for this, who have made the long and perilous journey considering our current climate, and for levying your thoughts and uniting our peoples in what will come next.
And thank you to the Fantasy McDonald's Corporation.
Meow meow. And on that, we actually have a confessional for
McDonald's.
Jonathan McDonald.
Ronald McDonald. Ronald, the owner of McDonald's.
I've been hiding here for years.
Well, funny you mentioned that. We actually have a confessional for Klulik.
Yeah.
Oh.
Count us in, baby.
Alright, confessional for Klulik in 3, 2.
how do you make something astral oily? How do you... I meditated and trained my entire life to be able to summon a pure astral form, and I cannot get this oil out of it. That's ridiculous. It's made of light. I don't understand. Anyway, I think this went well. I feel good about it. We certainly feel... I think if I was to say what my favorite thing about it is, we seem a little more connected and on the same page as a group. I was a bit worried the first time through that things were going to get real bad real fast for us. And if there's something that I've learned, it's that we can usually take on anything as long as we are all on the same page, or at least as long as we all care enough about each other to stay on the same page. The first time through was bad. This seems better. And we have Bora here. Bora makes everything better. So I'm not worried about, well, I'm still worried about everything. In all honesty, I'm entirely worried about everything. I cannot shake free the worry that this is going to go poorly, because that's just who I am. I have been scrubbing at this with an astral toothbrush for 45 minutes now. And like, that's really, you're supposed to just focus an astral toothbrush on the area with some astral dish soap, and it's supposed to get the oil stain out. And the next time I see Guy, I'm going to kill him. Meow, meow.
You see, that's the problem, though. I actually have something for that.
You motherfucker! I attack the monster.
Only fantasy Gugon word!
Wait, that's just universal solvent.
Yeah!
Do we have some of that? No, we have universal. We have the other one. We got the
You're welcome,
solver
Gary
glue.
Guy. Back home. Remember your stuff.
Yeah, we got solver glue.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, no, we don't.
Was it used? Did we stick up Dazzle with that?
Oh yeah.
No, that was a make it all sticky.
No.
Like,
That's true.
No,
Yeah.
but Dazzle did have it, so Klulik now has it.
What do you do to Guy?
Klulik should have it because he.
I am going to
Hey
hit
man,
him.
you're one of the legacy characters, dude. Come on, we don't
Pop
back so far.
astral arms, which means immediate force damage.
You popped me?
what the hell is legacy character?
Please roll a
For
d10
now.
to figure out your force damage.
I get to roll it?
Yeah, sure. Because
okay.
I'm trying to figure out some other shit.
Oh, that's fine. Work on your character sheet. I rolled a 3.
I don't know what a character sheet is. That's not true.
I can just die if you want.
Yeah, please do.
You just
What I'm
collapses
going to
over.
do is just with my astral arms just throttle him while I'm also sitting back with my physical form and watching, like just. He's completely stone-faced as the astral arms are just like, and I look over at Ellen, I'm like, right? You know what I'm saying.
You are become slick. And
Right.
he gets all up in the astral.
No! The astral arms too!
And I hate this you twice, but it was kind of bullshit.
Triple cursed!
Why have I made everything that Chirp loves, that Klulik loves, greasy?
I don't know.
You know.
I do know.
You know what?
And I
Roll for king.
and I look at Poppy and I
There's
go,
like a BP joke in there somewhere.
This is my own
oily.
doing. It is when we act out of anger that bad things happen to us. And I know this, and I keep doing it.
You.
Amazing.
Bora.
Fantasy Dawn.
Let me help you.
I'm just.
I pretend to have an astral toothbrush and I start scrubbing your arms.
I put my astral toothbrush in Little Spoon's hands.
Great.
And I'm just like, come on, bud.
Is
Earn your
your
keep.
astral toothbrush also oily?
No, he hasn't touched the astral toothbrush.
Okay. This part is though, because it's scrubbing.
Fair enough.
Bora also comes over to you all. Well, I thought that went pretty well, all considered.
Me too.
Certainly better than last time.
Oh. What
All
happened last time?
We all
I
died.
Oh.
I told you this in the other thing. Is this Bora?
Yeah, I'm Bora.
Oh, okay.
Hi, I'm Bora.
Hi.
Just keep,
I
keep saying it till you believe it, buddy.
I keep forgetting what I told you when I got sucked into the earth.
It was nothing.
I just they said nothing.
Oh,
That
it all
doesn't sound like
happened so
Poppy.
quickly.
Wow, I really thought I was saying a lot of things. It must have just been dead.
Time in the Springwild is just, it's weird. We were in and out real fast.
Someone else is gonna get quite a speech from me.
Sometimes when I get really anxious, I feel like I'm over communicating when really I'm under communicating.
That's what happened.
All right, focus up, lady. You gotta tell us where
Right.
these nodes are.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
that's a good
I'm
point.
gonna consult with the orcs when you all take
Consult
off.
with the orb?
And
Please
I'm
consult with an
gonna
orb.
ponder the orcs. And, and then after that, I need to return to the wilds. Remember, it's the island off the western coast.
You don't have a map or something?
I don't have a map, or I don't have the name either, but
Yeah. How unprepared are you?
Poppy, you've got a map.
I do have a map. Do we need it?
Shimmy stands, best laid
Shimmy
plans.
stand! I take out the map. I shake it because I want to
It's
get
like
rid
an
of the
Etch-a-Sketch.
other one. Yes.
And you recall earlier.
Show me the way to the nodes.
You recall in the very beginning of season 1
Yes.
that when you
Definitely remember
consulted,
As we all do.
that when you consulted Shimmy Stan's best laid plans,
Yes.
it showed you 2 images. First, this image of Gestauk, but then also an island that you did not
So
recognize.
you mean season 4?
Hey,
Look, it's confusing as fuck.
Season 1 of Camping 2, season 4 of Us,
Oh,
That's
as I'm
where-
shaking this, I know this is an island.
which has been there on the map the whole time.
It has.
It just
Then
drew.
here,
You
the
shook
fuck-
off the map and then it drew the same map.
It did. I think
They'd.
it's permanent from now.
Oh, I love it
That's so
though.
Okay, but look. Is this the one you're talking about?
if it's in the west and the south, then yes, that would
is
be it.
what it
You know that old
indicates.
saying: if it's in the west and the south, then yes.
The classic Borahism.
She's bad at directions.
According to the compass rose in the corner. That's it, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Pointing at that's
Question.
your
Your wife
question.
is the
Yeah.
navigator.
It is, yes.
Jesus Christ.
That's it, baby.
It points at north, south, east, and that's it.
That's
Don't
it,
you have a
baby.
leveling ranger? You're pretty bad.
Oh yeah.
Yes, but all of my proficiencies so far have been in spring wild rangering. I'm not so good at navigating here in Boros anymore. It's been some years.
I've got an answer for everything.
Gotcha on a technicality.
Yeah,
No.
Uh,
You don't get to just forget information. That's crazy.
there's only so much room.
But this
Speaking
is,
of forgetting information.
Yeah, hey. Oh, DM question. Hey,
yeah,
what's up?
DM question. We pulled another card, right? That said that when the scion was in the
yeah.
right
Yes, you
spot.
did.
we would
And
get
then we
teleported.
knew that it was going to be the. Didn't we see something about the island also? Was that in? Or
Yeah.
were
It
there
was-
2 separate? I thought it was.
That was something about the island.
Yeah.
I should clarify. The landmass you perceived from that card was something. Did I tell you where it was, or just that there was an island?
An island in the middle of, or was it?
Yes.
Oh, it was in the middle of a lake or something.
So
wasn't
that
it?
is a landmass in the center of Tareve that you
Okay.
perceive tied up in all this.
I was conflating the
This
two.
is an island off the coast.
Okay.
Which you have not hitherto heard about, except when it appeared in Shimmy Stan's best laid plans.
Copy that. Okay, I wasn't sure if I was conflating the two and it was. Okay, cool.
Oh, also, I have this for all of you.
And she reaches into her bag and pulls out a little bamboo cage, inside of which is what looks like a wee cross between a mole and a porcupine.
A
It's-
mole. Yes.
No.
And
Longer.
a porcupine.
Lion.
A
A
mole.
lion.
Mole.
It's about the
mole?
size of a small rat.
Porcupine.
With stripes of ochre, sienna, gray, and black, covered in soft fur until you get to its bottom, which is replete with porcupine-esque quills.
This is a puckle.
No, it's not. That's too cute to be true.
You spell that for me?
Puckle. A puckle.
Never puckle.
It's a puckle. They're from the never puckle.
Pickle did pickle.
They're from the spring wild. They're feisty little guys. But if you pluck one of the quills from its bottom,
I would never.
then I'll know that you've dealt with whatever is over there. And you can also do it if you just want to chat or something. Oh, they grow back. It doesn't
a
actually hurt
telephone?
them.
It's a communication puckle.
Oh my gosh.
This is the only animal that for some reason is able to make its little noises across all realms.
That's amazing.
I love that.
I've never been a puckle
Science has
plucker.
gone too far.
I will die for this puckle, and I've said it, and I mean it.
But I
You know
promise
this
you,
probably is gonna happen.
it doesn't actually hurt
I'm
them.
ready.
They actually like it, so it's not a big not like that.
Inside check.
Roll for kink.
Roll it.
Roll for puckle kink.
It's a kinky
That's a
pine.
14 for the porky kink.
Ooh.
The kinky pine. Porky kink.
Are you trying to
It's not quite there.
locate a
We're working on
kink
it. That's
or
something else.
provide a kink?
locate the kink?
No kink could be found.
Okay.
The kink does not exist.
But it likes
The
having
kink is
your
a lie.
It
Your
likes
kink is in another castle.
your kink is
Gross.
How did you know?
Did you actually roll insight on Bora?
Yes.
What was it?
Don't worry about it.
You would believe this woman to the ends of the.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's listen.
I lied. I'm into it again.
You got it.
Huh?
All right,
was
well, it was so good seeing you all again and making some new friends as well. I have a lot to hope for, I think, and I think we all do with what's coming next. I really think we have a chance, even though it's gonna be hard. But if anyone could do it, I know it's gonna be all of us.
I miss you.
I miss you too, Clulick.
I wish you could fight here with us.
Me too,
I
but
like having you around.
I know, but I can't have Xander play two characters at the same time.
I know, it's not fair to Xander.
I change into Xander.
It's a Xander genre.
It's fine.
Well, hello.
I like your mustache.
I knew it. I knew it. The only one he could truly love.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah, we gotta go.
This has been the psychoanalysis of Xander genre.
I hate it.
Well, I gotta go work with the coalition. I love you guys.
I love you too.
Whoa.
And I love this puckle.
That's a lot pretty.
Yeah, moving too
Early.
fast.
I don't know if I'm kind of. Goodbye.
Bye. I'm Bora. Okay. One for the road.
I'm gonna ruin
famous
your day. I'm so
catchphrase.
sorry. I'm gonna try and like catch Bora, like away from the group a little bit before.
It's funny. You actually notice something as
It's a puckle.
It is a buckle.
I figure that yeah.
as she begins
Specifically while Klulik is distracted.
as look is shaking the puckle.
No, I hear they like it.
Shaking puckle.
I also heard that.
If you tap on their glass.
As oh god, I'm gonna kill this man. As Bora turns away, you actually feel her hand just gently on your arm, as if she's like steering you slightly to a sidebar. As the group has like lost notice, like thinks she's leaving essentially.
Hey, Ella. I couldn't help but feel like you might want to talk to me, and I also think I want to talk to you.
Yeah, I just, we glossed over a couple of the things that happened, and I thought that you deserved to know, you know, what happened. And the scion absorbed Squangarlo, and we don't think he's fully dead yet.
Oh, well,
So
that much is
we're-
good, at least.
Apparently he's suffering.
That's not
so
good.
we're doing our best to find him. And then, not that long ago, the scion, something that happened with the we're not really sure exactly what happened, but in a battle with the scion, Dazzle fell and was poisoned, and there was a card involved, and none of us knew what was going on, but
Well, even if it wasn't the scion directly, it still sounds like all of this comes back to spring.
it was.
And I
It was
really,
more Feywild bullshit.
I hate the position that we've all found ourselves in and having to save the world again, I suppose, but I'm not sure if I want to go into all of that right now. I'd rather talk, well, I mean to ask you, Ella. I know you've been through a lot, and I know this hasn't been easy on any of us, but with how close you were to Dazzle and everything else that's happened, it couldn't be easy for you either. Are you doing okay?
I'm fine. I've got purpose, and I have the things, my own goals that I need to achieve, and I'm driven in a way that I don't think I really ever have been before.
Well, I just want you to know it's important that you do what you feel is right for you and what you feel is important. And I do support you in the choices that you make. it's also okay to feel what you feel. And even though loss and death can happen, even though the world can sometimes be a tragic and an upsetting place, well, we can put a whole lot more good out into it than even the pain we experience from it. And if I know Dazzle, I think I do, I don't think this is the end of the road for her either.
No, I think you're right. I think that she and Murray actually have quite a bit of work to do, and I'm hoping that maybe they're helping us in some way.
I guess the whole point is, it's okay to not be okay. Because all of this is not really okay. And there's no point in trying to pretend that it is. Maybe we still gotta get through it, but it's all pretty fucked up.
You're right about that.
I use language now.
Wow.
So you've been learning some words for Fest here.
Somewhere Fest is like, fucking gather. Hell yeah.
That's taught me so many fun words.
75 house guests will do that to you.
Yeah.
My whole
So it
family
does
swear.
pluses now.
Yeah,
You've
no.
never heard Furbolg swear words before.
Well, I think that you're right.
That's deeply problematic.
Hugely. That's not.
Somebody just called me a bitch somewhere.
I'm glad that you and Fess have found something in there together, and I'm sorry that y'all have been dragged back into some chaos and violence where I know that you wanted some peace, and a lot's changed, and we're changing with it, and you're right, it sucks, but I don't know, Bora, I think that maybe it's not about putting good into the world anymore. I think it's just about getting the bad out.
And I think there is a time and there is a place for that. And maybe that is right now. At the very least, we know we have a target. We know that Dew does have to be dealt with. And after that, we'll see. We'll see what we can build back and put back together. But I agree. It's time we focus on at least making sure he can't hurt anyone else. And I think you have a few people on your side who are very committed to that as well.
Ella! Ella! Hey! Ella!
Finally!
2 campaigns.
Season
5. Stop talking to the blue lady. We got a note to chop.
Oh. Called you a lady. It's warming up.
Hey.
Good luck on the other side of it.
Peter
We'll see you
Puck.
soon. Please stop.
Peter.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go deal
He's
with
smiling.
this.
Peter Puckle. Say it in Poppy.
Peter Paco.
Peter Puckle.
Peter Paco.
Later.
Piper.
There's too much pepper on my paprika.
Don't never stop.
There's too much pepper on my paprika.
But I'd be
Relief
proud
and
to
say
partake
goodbye,
of your
Bora.
pecan pie.
Clueless.
Yes.
Relieve and say goodbye to Bora.
Goodbye, Bora. Goodbye, Bora.
Goodbye, Clueless. Crunch.
Wait.
Oh God, I thought it was the bug.
Little bird bugs.
Just a grease stain right here.
No!
On which note, actually, we have the confessional for the Puckle.
Yes. His name is Peter.
Peter
Puckle.
And it
Peter
looks like
Puckle.
puppy kinda.
Looks like puppy.
Okay. Count me in.
It was the first language he heard and it imprinted.
Yeah.
Like his mother.
Like Twilight.
Didn't hear Bora talk once.
No.
Hello, I am Peter the Puckle.
Hey!
It is such a pleasure to meet all of you. And I cannot wait for all of our amazing adventures together. This will become French very quickly.
It always does.
Yes, I have the ability to scream through all of the planes in the universe. And Bora knows my distinctive cry because she raised me from a little cub. When you do pluck my quill, I will sound off and she will know that she has you have done your job, and she can beat Dew in this spring wild. Also, I just really wanted to have a pet of some kind back in the group because all of the other ones either abandoned us or their owners died.
Who are you speaking
Who's
of?
to say? So stay tuned very soon for a very Puckle adventure starring just me, a Puckle. Oh, meow meow.
Now we know what the Puckle says.
Peter Puckle
Now,
just
now.
likes exposition.
Hey, so does Vince Casso.
She used to have pets.
Oh, we don't talk about the pets. I have this theory that the pets think that we're silly.
What?
I definitely think so.
I have a
silly.
theory. They just looked at us like they thought we were silly, and they just fucked off one day.
Oh.
I get letters from Cornbread.
What?
What?
What's cornbread?
Who am I?
Nothing?
Oh.
You have
I
a dog
stole
or
some
something named
bullshit.
Cornbread?
You know what? That is bullshit. You have a whole ream of letters written by Cornbread.
I do.
What do they say?
Probably nothing.
Private.
Whoa. Oh.
That's not what that means.
Confessional, read out the
Cornbread is a very
Cornbread
powerful
letters.
magician. He has a magic hat, and
writes
he
with his tongue
uses
out.
it.
Did they mention?
Writes with his tongue.
Wait, can Cornbread cast speak with not animals?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Right
Speak
with
with 2 legs.
right with 2 legs.
But I get them in little rolled up scrolls.
Did they just appear in your pockets?
I
He
have
has
in
animal
my apartment.
messages
I have a
as
little
well.
mailbox in there. Little mailbox in my apartment. In my shell.
What? You have an apartment?
In the shell.
Can I go in?
Have you ever
Cluelick.
been in my apartment?
Do you know the anime Apartment in the Shell?
I don't think I have.
Cluelick.
Starring Scarlett Johansson.
Hey, Cluelick.
Yeah.
You hear a jingling from your pocket. Like a.
Do you
Like
hear
a.
that? Peter! Peter, I have a magical cube. My purple
And-
friend gave it to me.
In a fit of total bullshit, you realize this was the only one specifically requested. In a fit of total bullshit, you realize the cube has started playing itself. And where there was merely one little opening before, all of a sudden lines start to trace across the majority of the cube's surface until only
Peter did this!
Peter piped it and
it was
opened.
me.
Piped the Puckle!
Peter piped the puckle!
We gotta what?
Peter
Until
Puckle piped the puzzle.
until only a couple of blank spots remain. The cube is nearly now open.
What's the song?
Yeah, what was
What's
the
the song,
song?
Vince?
What's your favorite song, Cluelick? In the whole Ace of Spades.
It is one of the Spicy Boys hits.
Yes.
We all love the Spicy Boys. I like.
If you could pick one single,
Oh my gosh, there are so many, and they're all.
but
so
not one of
good.
the top 40s. Like let's when they're real shit, you know.
Be cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ideally,
probably
an
be
acoustic
like-
cover.
Be cool.
it'd probably be like I'm baddest when I'm bad.
Oh.
This was the
That's
moment
my
to do the
song.
Heartquake callback. and
No,
you missed it.
Heartquake is our band.
Which is actually kind of a somber exploration of Timothy's vulnerable side, you know?
Yeah.
like it's
And they don't do that often with
No,
Timothy.
no.
Yeah, he doesn't
They
get
don't
it.
let Timothy solo like that.
No. And sometimes for good reason.
Yeah.
A little pitchy.
But it's the
But it has
not
an
about the feeling.
excellent
The
rap
pitchiness is
section.
part of the.
Yeah,
the raps, the rap.
Yeah.
No. When they don't sing that well, they
Yeah.
just let them speak the words.
It's Macklemore though. Oh, anyway.
It'll win a Grammy.
Fantasy. It'll win a Grammy.
Fantasy Grammy.
Fantasy Grammy.
Happening. I'm bleeding so much today.
Oh my god. Meanwhile, also here, Gurren walks over to join you as well. Now that the mood has cleared out and people have begun to vacate.
What was he looking at before he comes over to join us?
Oh, you and your eye. He was sweeping up the remains of the hedge statue, trying to help clean up.
It's all squashed, baby.
It's all smushed it.
He has a paint chipper to chip up the remains of the hedge statue.
Is there paint?
That's dedication.
Is there paint in Boros?
I don't know.
Penny's pink.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, the recent invention
smush
that
up
is paint.
Just berries.
Did you borrow that from Guy the Gardener?
Oh, yeah, it's her. Are we calling her that? Why am I Bora? Are we calling her that?
There's a lot happening right now. I sense much confusion in you.
You can have my inspiration.
Yeah, it's Guy the Gardener's spackle thing.
Oh, cool. How you feeling?
You know what? I mean, I'm glad at least that I wasn't exiled or killed, turned to mulch.
Yeah. I noticed that when you're not in front of everybody, the return to nature drops, and you're pretty like plain about it.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, for sure, no. Yeah, so I'm just getting started on things. Gonna start by just cleaning up the moot space, and then we'll just work it up from there.
You know, I think something that we discussed, and Kettle, you were right, is that a certain amount of kindness is good, but a certain amount of naivety in a position of leadership is too much.
Should I get him now?
No, you should not get him now. I'm just saying you were right on that.
Well, just tell me when.
Okay, and keep an eye on me because I'll give you the signal. But
regardless,
I'm glad that you're going to get time to make your amends and learn the proper balance. And I think that you're going to be a really big help in the days to come, so I'm glad you're going to be with us.
Well, I hope so. And I wanted to thank you, all of you, as well, for your assistance. I think I was right to approach you all in Kalangua. I guess, you know, we'll... Hey, I
so
make
you're saying,
some
like,
good choices.
you sort of did this? This whole thing is you did it?
We need to just take it back.
Hey, do you know some of us died a little bit one time? Because you decided to come up to us, so, like, just watch it.
Oh, yeah, the rewind. Yeah.
Not only because you decided to come up to us, but also because you made some very bad decisions in addition to the good decision of coming up to us.
That's fair. Well,
It's
regardless...
not just to your people that you need to make amends to.
I have a puddle.
I understand. And no doubt I will soon be working with you as well in order to help provide the resources and support you need to do. Bora wasn't very specific, but she mentioned you were all going to also be playing a significant role here. We are coordinating with Bora primarily in the form of creating stable fronts here in Boros to ensure the Spring Wild cannot encroach any further north than it currently has.
And you're in charge of that?
No.
I'm not in charge of it, but
Cool,
I'm helping.
No helping.
We gotta let him help, sweetheart.
Do we?
Yeah,
We are providing magic and forces to limit the spread of spring here while you're able to do whatever you do and while Bora works from the inside as well.
Hey, has any of us figured out what it is we do?
What?
Fail forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try
Huh?
to help people.
Fatal. Save.
Oh.
What does a
Meanwhile-
fail save?
I'm dead.
I turn into the car. Beep beep. Let's go.
Hey!
Chitty bang bang!
Chitty,
Pretty,
chitty,
pretty,
pop,
bang, bang.
pretty, pretty, bang bang, baby.
Before
Get
we all
inside.
take off in the vehicle, we actually have a confessional right now for Fedor.
Ooh.
Oh God.
Good choice.
On me. Count me.
Finger guns God?
I don't understand his name if I don't
forget
hear
how
it in a
rad
southern
he is.
accent.
Fedor.
Fedor.
What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Listen. And you see he's wearing like a formal Hawaiian shirt. It's like black and white.
Yeah, okay.
Pineapples have bow ties on.
Yeah, there you go. Things have gotten a little sticky down there. Listen,
Do you really not hear it?
Hey, I'm in like my domain right now. I can be as weird as I want. Anyway, look, I'm used to. I mean, in Boros, listen.
You listen.
I'm used to death. Death, life, these things are my domain.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been a bit out of whack lately. Although, if I'm honest, Dew is creating as much weird-ass life as he's also taking them, so there's a fucked up sort of balance to it. That said, I'm more concerned than anything else about Ella. She hasn't called in a while.
Aw.
She hasn't written.
Clingy.
I check every day.
Whoa.
I'm worried about her because, well, as a cleric of the domain of death, it's her
And
job
life.
to help. Who's here?
What's sticky?
As a death domain cleric.
There.
Listen, I had Guy over earlier, and it's just.
Whoa! No, that's
As
oily.
a domain, hey, as a domain of death cleric, part of her job is ferrying the souls into the beyond and releasing them from their charge, but it feels like she's been taking a lot of the recent departures pretty hard. Maybe because until recently they've never been quite so close to home. Well, I can sympathize, but unfortunately, there's gonna be a bit more of that before all this is done. I hope she's ready, and I'll just, I guess I'll keep calling. Should I call? Is it text? Is it too much? Do people check emails anymore?
Oof.
Meow meow.
What was sticky down where?
In Boros, it was sticky. I'm in my domain, man.
Okay, yeah.
You just said a sort of balance? You wonder why I don't answer?
The god of life and death, I don't make the rules.
Just like a sort of balance.
Wait a minute.
Hey, wait.
You did make my rules, but I'm starting to think that maybe that's not happening anymore.
Just sort of like a sort of balance.
He said it was,
Is that
said it
like
was
a flesh
fucked up.
sword?
A flesh sort of balance. Plus,
A
it's a
sort
plus
of balance?
I will
It's a
hand that out.
+2 flesh sort of
Hey,
balance.
anybody got any
Whoa.
gods that they like?
No.
I'm
No.
hopping.
No.
No.
I have an aggressive
Fuck the
pantheon.
gods. Just kill them.
Okay.
Next season.
2 ideas.
I was so distressed by something said during that confessional, I ripped my glasses off.
Okay, now you guys listen. Before you do anything,
Where did you come from?
I want you to know.
What's different about you?
I'll tell
Where are
you.
you stronger?
What? Yeah. How do you know that?
Because you get weirder and bigger every time you die.
Oh,
You're
that's
bigger.
true. Well, I want you all to know that right now I'm very bullshit,
Oh no.
Oh, boy.
and I don't know what that means quite yet.
All right.
But I feel like we're gonna discover all of it together.
Yep.
Who's next?
All of my
do you
astral
in-
stuff is oily.
Do
I'm
you
not
intend
touching
to
it
kill
yet.
us right now?
No, we're chill.
What
Rhino
changed?
intends to kill us, right?
He did before. This last.
I had a villain arc. Yeah, I
had
had
a villain arc
arc.
for like a
Well,
while.
I mean, Kettle's been trying to kill people all day and hasn't gotten to.
to?
Very specific people. Oh, yeah.
Are you from the spring?
No.
Well, then come here, buddy.
Guess what? That is
Kettle
bullshit.
absorbs guy.
Oh, careful, it's oily. Oil and water don't mix.
So what's worse, Kettle? Here's what you inflicted upon yourself just now, and what's about to happen. The it's bullshit of Guy was that he could not be killed.
Oh.
You've absorbed the guy into you,
Fusion.
and he and he is now within your body.
I'm the
like,
guy.
in the shape of you. and
You're
he
the guy?
can't
I'm the
die.
guy now.
You're the guy now?
Oh no.
He is permanently preserved within your body, just floating inside of you.
Ew, now you still don't have a skeleton.
Geidel.
No, but like,
You have bones now?
does it look like Guy wearing like water armor? Like, are the
Yeah.
arms in the arm
Yes,
place?
it looks a bit like Guy in a kettle suit.
Well, here's the thing. Kettle isn't generally translucent, right?
Well,
Is
I mean, you can see him in me now.
How?
Sometimes we put stuffing in kettle.
Now,
You can see
did
it.
you did hear that though?
I did.
Okay. Now,
This too shall pass.
Don't pass me, bro.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
are you feeling okay?
Play the middle fiddle.
That's bullshit.
Hold on. What do you think I'm about to come out of?
Oh, and I play turkey
Yeah.
and straw.
Also,
I start leaking.
I move away.
We've dealt with this before.
I'll also move away.
I drive
cover
to
the
a new
cup.
town.
And that's all for
cover my
Gina
drink.
DeVivo. Thank you so much for joining
Oh,
us.
we can't wait to see Murray's new actor.
Gina drive.
Filling
We're
in
gonna
as
bring in the
Poppy.
other Murray, yeah.
Critty critty bang bang. You watch it drive into the nearest lake and just slowly sink.
I am the new guy.
Until the bubbles stop.
What if we try to shatter that
Ion
inside
engine.
you?
Oh,
I
go
think
for
you
it.
guys just have to deal with this for now. You can't tinkle me out that easy.
Okay, if we can't kill it, we
tinkle?
can still banish him, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey, wait a minute.
Later.
We can take a nap.
Yeah, great.
How will you so? Thank you.
Let it vibe with it for a while.
Yeah.
Is that?
Interesting.
We'll deal with
Do
it when
you
it
need
gets.
help or are you done?
I feel full.
Is that good?
It's rare.
All right.
Aw.
Yeah, I feel whole.
Aw.
Oh, still there.
All right.
Well,
Okay.
I feel full.
Guy
and it's rare. I
completed
feel
him.
whole.
If this is a
That's my
positive,
favorite song from
The Spicy Boy.
Spicy Boy.
if this is a positive experience for you, then we're gonna let you have it, bud.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Well, shall we all move on to the next town? Poppy's a
Beep, beep,
car.
Beep beep.
I'm jumping in gritty gritty bang bang.
Let's find a node.
And as we begin to take off in Critty Critty Bang Bang, we actually have another confessional.
It's
the
impossible.
final for the night. A confessional by Timothy.
Yeah!
Of the Spicy Boys.
Sing his
Please
lead
reference
single.
lyrics from his hit tune "You're Baddest When You're Bad" featuring Spacklemore.
Spacklemore.
Spacklemore?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
In the third grade.
That's
I
why we take
think
notes.
it's I'm baddest when I'm bad.
Oh, I'm
mean,
baddest.
Yeah, that's
Damn
first
it.
person.
I'm sorry.
Because they're all the bad boys.
You're right.
I'm baddest when I'm bad, okay? Okay, you're ready.
Just sing the song.
Yeah, just sing it all the way through.
Oh my God, no!
It would fit with what Timothy was.
I've had more
coward.
pleasant nightmares.
Give me that spicy confessional. 3, 2.
Tell me why.
So the album all kind of started when I thought like, hey, why when you know what? Let's just go on the main screen for this bullshit. The whole album kind of started, and I was like, you know what? The one thing you hear in all music is instruments. Like, why do you need them? And so I thought, what if? Because acapella is also an instrument, so I'm like, no voices, no instruments. What would be left? I'm like, how would that explore, like, my soul and the deepest reaches of what it means to be spicy? So I fired our fucking backup dancers first of all. I wish you could see the main screen.
Why is that always the first decision they make?
Changes everything.
For this, I needed just no backup, no front up, just me
Front up.
in the studio with just a microphone. And then I said, fuck it, release the album as no sound. And so it came out. And you know what? That motherfucker topped the charts for 15 weeks. You tune on any radio station, what are those in the world, and you'll hear dead silence for 15 minutes. That's our lead single.
Title?
Yeah, what was that?
Oh, it can't be though, because that's also the melody that opens the box.
Oh, I mean the other one. It's Muy caliente.
Turns out it was just silence that you needed.
I'm so bad at that. Nasik knows I'm
And
so
so-
bad at silence.
After all of this, clearly, I was playing 4D chess and set all that shit up with the box intentionally. All he needed to do was not play music. I'm glad Klulik.
Be quiet.
All Klulik had to do was shut up. And it would have all worked
You know
out.
what? I love Timothy.
I'm so glad he finally got that message. It's why I made the album.
Now,
Meow meow.
I
Get me
think
out of here, please.
Did he die?
I think giving a fidget
He does a
cube
lot.
to somebody that you're not supposed to fidget with is it's an attack
Entrapment?
on neurodivergent people.
odd. It's
I'm
very
gonna say
odd.
it. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it.
Oh, hey, wait,
talking about?
everyone, quiet. It's my favorite song on the radio.
Wait,
Or is it something I came up with just now?
well,
Sorry.
Timothy's on. He's the John Cage of Boros.
Oh, it's so good.
This song goes for 4 minutes and 33 seconds.
Meanwhile, as they all play nothing on the radio.
Not nothing.
It's
The number one hit for
single.
15 weeks.
You're at the end of the track. The last song is nothing. It's Timothy's
That's what I'm talking
solo.
about.
Wait, they're all solo.
It's called.
It's called nothing. It's a blank track.
It's called.
That's what we were dancing
It's
to.
15. Meanwhile,
Vince,
Catch up!
No,
Get your shit
Vince, are you
together,
saying
Summer.
it's 15 tracks of recorded silence, and then the 16th track is silence that
Embarrassed.
was not recorded?
Well, it's the naming. It's named. It's not named. It's nothing.
Yeah.
What?
It's a blank.
Is it a secret track?
Secret track. It's the secretest track.
Meanwhile, oh look!
Hope someone.
Oh my God!
Thank you.
Yo,
Email. That got me
the
like
fucking memories.
that
Okay.
spiced me up.
All of you are in the fucking car.
And the what car?
We've been in.
You heard me. I said what I said.
Baby.
Flying through the air en route to your destination, this island off the western coast of Tarif. All is peaceful, quiet,
I can't believe we have a car.
cool air, cool air.
Flies.
He tried to get rid of it, but he wouldn't allow it.
I
Cool.
don't. The other one does.
Cool midnight air kisses your faces as a bright moon, in its first phase, casts a cool glow over the chassis of your convertible. Klulik.
Yeah.
You gaze out over limitless navy and cornflower expanse. Stars tease the periphery of your vision. Little specks of white like motes in your eyes. Little specks.
Like inspiration ones are different.
Little specks.
Fine.
You clear your eyes
Not allowed to
and
have
realize,
inspiration.
you're watching snowfall. You're standing
Movie?
in a glade. It's very quiet. The only sound, the crunch of snow under your feet, as even the trees are still under that pearly cover. Before you, as the flakes fall, you see a figure. It seems to mirror your movements at first, a reflection of yourself. That is, until you realize that he is not you at all.
Oh, phew, I thought this was an evil Klulik situation.
His throat is open, bleeding down his chest
Oh.
and his feet. He's missing an eye, but it's an old injury. An Aarakocra, like you. You know who this is.
I'd run over immediately and put
Out of
my
the
hand
car?
over Silas's wound.
Even as you approach, crunching through the snow in this glade, every time you step closer to Silas, without even moving, he's just a little further away. You move a few steps forward, and he's just as far from you
No.
as when you started.
Silas, I just want to help.
He looks at you. He gestures to his throat, and he tries to tell you something. He moves his hands in a few distinct patterns, ways that you don't necessarily know what they mean. But you know he's trying to communicate something to you.
Oh.
He seems desperate. His eyes are welling up. You can see this is important to him. He's trying to get something across, and again, he signs the very first thing he said. He has no lips, so he can't enunciate it.
It's okay. I'll find you. I'll find you. I'll help. I will.
And as he draws his hands together again, emphatically gesturing, shaking his head, the glade around you starts to dissipate, to recede. And as this moment passes from your mind, as it begins to fade, do you do anything in those final moments?
Silas, just tell me where you are. Show me where you are.
He reaches out to you and manages to grasp your hand. You feel it. It's cold, wet, clammy. He smells of salt. And the final thing you see is as water and kelp stream from his open mouth, stream from the hole in his throat, and the vision fades. And that is where we will end for tonight.
Cool.
Tune in soon. Are we on next week? We're not on next
No,
week.
we're
Tune
not.
in the week after next week because we're off for Comic-Con for more failed save. And before we throw to that wonderful vignette where we discover the origins of our fun wizard Effie.
You generous beans.
Because y'all just killed that goal, and I love you, and you're great. we'll go around the table one more time and tell everyone who we are, who we've been, and where to find us.
Hi guys, I'm Bria, and you follow me on social media at QuiddyQIDDIE. Let's talk about Comic-Con because we have our game at 1:15.
Yes.
1:15 p.m. at the Omni.
Yes.
On the Omni stage at Comic-Con on Friday. So be there. I'm running a thing. It will be great. I will also be there just before that at 10 a.m. Also running a thing for Wizards of the Coast. We're doing. It doesn't matter. It's fine. Just be there. It'll be great.
Did you just properly message a thing?
For the first time.
Hey!
Literally, I was like,
Yeah, it's because I wrote it down.
good job. You're my
Also, you
favorite.
can
I love you.
I love you. You can catch me on New York by Night over on World of Darkness's channel. It airs on Friday nights, so go watch the VOD. Go watch the VOD. Other than that, I'll also be at Gen Con later, and I'll announce that schedule later on. Go catch EXU Calamity on Critical Role's YouTube channel, and I've got a cool surprise coming soon, so keep watching socials. That's it! I did all my things!
Yay!
Hello, I'm Gina DeVivo. I have been Poppy, and I like moles and porcupines and fuckers.
Puckers.
Puckles.
Puckles.
Love and pucker.
I thought it was Peter Puckers.
No. Pucker is,
Peter
pucker is
did
what
what?
you drink on your 21st birthday.
Oh, okay.
Puckle is a cute mix between a mole and a porcupine.
There. You can, if you enjoy other gaming TTRPG goodness, you can catch me on Mondays with the amazing Eric Campbell running a Star Wars game for us over on Q Times, and I also host a craft show over on the Crown channel every Tuesdays.
Check it
from
out.
4 to 6 Pacific Standard Time.
It's so good.
We interview creators across the board, as many as we can find that are willing to talk to us and highlight their cool, awesome skills and them as cool people. And we do some fun crafts. It's been very fun and very silly, so check it out.
Sup, jerks? I am Anthony Carboni. I've been playing Flulick, your honest, forthright, and caring Eric Okra monk. You can find me here on this channel Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 a.m. with Sage for It's Too Early. It's our morning news show. It's the only news show that you need to watch. We cover everything that's important because it's everything that's important to us, and we are the arbiters.
Correct.
You can also find me everywhere on the internet at @Carboni, and except for here on Twitch, where I'm at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine, give it back to me. And catch my science comedy podcast with Jeff Kanata. It's called We Have Concerns. We're celebrating 700 episodes
Oh my
this week
goodness!
of an
Damn.
award-winning science comedy podcast. That's right.
Congratulations.
Eat
Sorry.
shit, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, he can't eat it.
Yeah.
He's kind of a sex pest.
Right?
Go fuck yourself.
Eat
I know
shit.
you're watching.
You heard it here
Hey,
first.
Star Talk? More like
read about-
shut up.
Last week, Mark Zuckerberg
Well, we
was
lost
watching.
Zuckerberg last week.
Yeah, this week it's Neil deGrasse Tyson.
More like shut the
Convenient.
fuck up and listen to my thing instead.
Hey, Kaylee.
Hi, everybody. I don't have a science podcast. However, you can find me on all of the social medias at Papa Barbarian. I will be playing in the game at Comic-Con. I also have a panel talking about crowdfunding in TTRPGs, which, you know, we just didn't
You ever done that?
excited to talk about. I'm excited about that. And there's a bunch more things. Go check out the Journeys to Radiant Citadel, the one-shot that we made with D&D Beyond. It's wonderful, and I'm very, very proud of it. It's on their YouTube. And just check out my socials. I get to announce more cool things very soon.
Yay.
Hi, I'm Sage Ryan, and I have been Effie. You can find me everywhere on the internet at Not Sage. I stream on my channels Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. On Sunday is my 4-year streaming anniversary. I can't believe I've done this for so long. Oh my god. It'll be partially party and partially existential crisis. And also, I have some notes from today's session. I'm going to post them on the Patreon. So mostly check out the PixelCircus Patreon.
Delightful.
I'm going to try to do that more often because I got some bullshit in this book, and I'll also show you guys the...
I see
Yes,
some one doodle.
Yes, I'm going to start posting the notes if anyone else wants to send notes.
You want to know what
in.
my notes were? This
Yeah.
is a spoiler because we're not posting mine. I just drew a strawberry. That's my note.
Strawberry.
I mean, if you want to post your strawberry notes, you got it.
Can you add from my notes to your notes that
Your notes are amazing.
thank you. That I forgot what his name is. Other bird friend was
Silas?
was doing ASL.
He
but
was.
in this world, it means ape come in sign language. And I did write that down. And Gina saw it and she judged me.
I mean, if Abria writes it down.
Yeah.
Sure. I gotta find room on this page.
Which, by the way, Anthony Carboni understands just enough ASL.
Oh, do you really?
But Klulik doesn't understand any.
Great.
Yay!
I was also half deciphered.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of fun learning it for this character specifically. Like, it's been fun.
And I'm Xander Genre. You can find me at Xanderific with 2 R's and 1 F anywhere on the internet. I stream on Twitch on my personal channel. I'm doing Vampire Swan Song on Mondays. And we just finished Ocarina of Time. We're moving on to Majora's Mask now on Zeldays, which is Tuesdays.
You're going to love it.
Great
Very
game.
excited for it. And then on Tuesday evenings, I'm over on that Bronze Girls channel playing some more D&D with Shikar. We're coming back next week, so I won't be at Comic-Con, but I will be there. Also, since we're going to be off, I'll keep more up to date on my socials because I can't say too much now. But a video game that I'm a part of is coming out.
Hey!
Oh my God!
What's up?
Television
Feedback.
and
I don't
digital
know.
media?
Yeah.
Xander Genre?
So I'm very
Taking
excited for
over.
that. Yeah. Anyway.
Hey,
He's a
kids.
one-man tycoon.
And I am Vince Castle.
That's
I've
the
been
video
your
game.
DM tonight and Bora.
Oh yeah, well done.
For a duration. Oh, God. Made her say some weird shit, and we got none of it. You can find me on all the socials at Vince Casso across the board. But join us also on the Discord. I hang out all the time in the Failed Save and the Bane's Break channels on our Discord server. If you want to chat about the show, just shoot the shit. I'm around. Come hang out. And check out the Patreon for more of our fun shenanigans like the session notes from some of our players. And we also announce the names of episodes a day early now, just in case you want to get like an early sneak peek of what it's going to be about. But yeah, check all that out. And thank you all so much again for smashing that goal because we're about to throw to the Effie vignette right now. Hello, friends. Today we take a slightly different look at one of our beloved heroes. This time we turn our eye to before she was her, at least entirely. To a time before the tapestry was mended in Campaign 1 of Failed Save, when reality was torn in two, timelines separated by the outcome of a single event, and not sewn back to sorts until a year hence. We look to two young women now, Effie and Elena, as they navigate entirely separate lives, separate realities, paths which never could have crossed until they could. Effie! Wake up! Hey, Fee, wake up!
What? What is it?
Your eyes crack open, and you're looking into the concerned eyes of your foster brother, Edmund. You're in your room, a partition of the attic at the old house owned by the Glosson family, your foster family.
What is it? Fire? Plague? Robbers?
No, get up here. I've got your bag. And you see as he actually has slung over his shoulder your traveling bag. As you get up and begin to sort yourself out in the house that you share with your 7 other brothers and sisters, he puts it down before you and scoots it out, putting a few more of your things into it. Well, yeah, Fee, I got your things together because it's nearly 8 in the bloody morning. You said today's your first day at the library, and I'm pretty sure they need you for that.
Oh no, I'm late on my first day.
Well, yeah, so we should probably...
Right, sorry. And she like grabs her bag and throws it over her shoulder, and she almost goes to like climb out of a window for some reason in just frantic panic, and then runs towards the door.
And
Thank you.
Yeah, no, of course. Hang on. And as you're running down, Edmund is following you as well. Mrs. Glosson made breakfast, and I asked if she could put aside some of the biscuits and cure for you, so she should have that for you downstairs so you have something to eat.
Thank you.
Of course. Good luck on your first day.
Right.
I'm a librarian.
You plod downstairs, every step creaking for the lack of nails that needed to be pulled out and sold just to keep a meal on the table. You can hear the shenanigans of several other siblings throughout the once boarding house. The downstairs, sparse of furniture beyond the essentials, still smells of fresh baking and rich cured meat. Your foster mother, who all of your brothers and sisters still refer to as Mrs. Glasson, despite her protests, is at the counter cleaning from breakfast over an hour previous.
Mrs. Glasson, I'm so sorry. I'm actually heading out. It's my first day. I'm heading out and I'm going to miss breakfast, and I'm sorry. And I know that you prepared it, and I appreciate it so much. Can I just take a biscuit?
Oh, well, of course, dear. I've actually got this for you. And she pulls out a little bundle of cloth tied up at the top. Edmund said you'd be a bit this morning, so I made sure to set aside some of the biscuits and cure for you. Should bring it with you, though, I think, because old man Crink at the library is a sticker for punctuality.
Yeah.
And she hands you the cloth bundle, inside of which are 2 biscuits, somehow still warm, a small glass jar of honey, and a slice of salt-cured ham.
I will do my best, and I will bring home the best paycheck that I can.
I'm sure you will, but make sure to focus on yourself. And just know, I love you, sweetie. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and good luck. And if you could, mind that man's cane. He doesn't know where he's putting it half the time.
Will do. I love you too. Thank you, Miss Glasson. Okay. And then she'll like immediately shuffle out the door, kind of tripping over some chairs on the way, not quite looking as she's trying to put the thing in her bag and like slip into her shoes at the door.
Beautiful. Well, you dash out the door and into adventure. You've always done everything you could to help the family however possible, but finally, you've got yourself an honest-to-goodness profession, and in a field that you are so passionate about. This may just be the start of everything you have ever dreamed. Elena! Elena! Love, could you, come in here, please?
Yeah.
You hear the call coming from the kitchens. Crap. A little part of you hoped that he wouldn't find them, at least not until you could smuggle them out later. After all, he might see them in the trash. You've tucked yourself into one of the larger larders in the bakery. It's all surplus ingredients, so no one really comes in here, and sure, you have your room above the shop, of course, but people know they can find you in there. Here, you can just tuck yourself away, mind your own business, and maybe read a little. But, nevertheless, your father is calling. He doesn't sound angry, not in the least, just earnest.
Hey. And she's just going to, like, straighten up to the best of her ability and, like, grab one of the aprons and start, like, putting it on around her.
You emerge out from your larder and slink into the kitchen. Your father, Art, is standing there with a tray of badly burnt biscuits. Your older sister, Halia, is tossing pretzels as you talk. Elena, my dear, why did I find these tucked under the proving rack?
Oh, that's a great question. That is probably for cooling. I thought that they were a little hot when they came out, and I thought that maybe the cooling would help, and it would help the other things heat to proof.
Look, I know you've had some trouble with the profession, and it's okay. It's
Profession.
you see, you're getting it. I didn't get my first bun right until I was nearly your age, and I basically grew up in the bread oven. So we can keep working on it. Okay, it's not a big deal. You can tell me if it doesn't go right, because that's an opportunity to learn, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's no problem. We have many more biscuits. Halia, would you mind cleaning these up if you could? And Halia, without looking, flips her hand behind her, and you watch as the burned biscuits crumble into themselves until they are gone entirely. The tray is pristine, and your father starts for a moment. No, Halia, dear, not with magic. We don't do magic here, not when we're all here.
It's okay. It's fine. I didn't have to wash the dish then, so.
Yeah, Dad, I'm not gonna do stuff with my hands if I don't need to. She doesn't mind. It's fine.
I don't mind.
Okay. Right, but we'll start on another batch, right?
Yeah. Also, I've been reading a lot, and I think that like I think if I just kept working on it, I could probably learn like something that's useful enough, like magically, to help.
Oh, you've been studying magic.
I mean, like not enough to do it yet. But I was reading about it, and there are tons of people that weren't like born with it that learn.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. That's good. I'm glad you're studying. I wish I could be of more help. Obviously, we all just sort of took to it.
Yeah. It's really cool.
But good. I'll make sure to tell your mother as well. I'm sure she'll be very excited to hear that. And your father looks a little bit not overly concerned, not upset, but looks a little worried, almost like he wants to save you from disappointment, caught between trying to protect your feelings and also raising you honestly. And you see as these emotions run over his face, oh, Miss Effie, I just don't get it. A chair creaks dangerously under Patton's weight as your tutoring student leans back. Other people took notice of the exclamation as it made short work of echoing through the library.
Oh, it's quite all right.
Look, I'm sorry, Miss Effie, but I just can't get my head around it. It's not magic. And even if it was, I have no idea what a book like Speculations on the Sand Singers of Ancient Kirahar is going to do for my enchanting final.
Well, it's important to know where your abilities come from and where the understanding of them come from. Lots of people are born with spectacular magic, and that's wonderful and beautiful, but what was before that? Or what is outside of that? If what you can do is possible, what else is possible?
Could you just get me like the answer key so I can just like read it? And
No, it's my job. I'm helping. I
Okay.
want you to be the best that you can be, and you're well on your way.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab a juice. Do you want anything?
Oh, a tea? Yeah.
Okay. Patton gets up and plods over to the front of the library where there's a cart set up just outside with an elven man selling fresh sugarcane juices, coffees, and teas. As he gets to the door, he pauses for a moment, looking at someone, before pointing to you. He then turns back towards you. Miss Effie! Your brother's looking for you! In the middle of the library, where various patrons wince at the noise. And in a moment, your brother Edmund comes around the corner with a small cloth bundle. He unwraps it at your table, revealing some dried fruit, beech nuts, dates, and hard cheese. He gives you a hug and a kiss on the head. Hey, Fee, how's it going in these vaunted halls?
It's nice. It's very good. I think that the students are taking to the lessons very well. Well, kind of well. Just okay.
That's good. Well, at least you're doing it. You're working, and that's, I know how much you've always loved this, how passionate you were for it, so I'm very happy for you.
What's wrong?
And he looks both ways, kind of looking around to make sure no one's scoping the two of you out, and then he pulls a small leather sheath from his satchel. I also brought you this. He opens the flap on it, revealing the handle of a dagger.
Ooh.
It's finely crafted with a polished walnut handle, a solid full tang, and a wicked-looking blade, possibly 5 inches or so. It looks like more than he could afford.
Where did this come from?
Look, don't worry about it. Just, if you could, keep it with you. The war has been getting worse lately. Even with the Khaziriks losing all those battles, it's only getting more intense down there, and people are saying that it might start spilling over up into the north. So I just, if your family's not around, I just want to make sure that you're safe.
Oh, right. And if something happens, I'll use it then. Right.
I hope you don't have to.
Yes.
But it's good to have the option.
I don't think I will. This is the safest place in the world.
Yeah.
The library.
Yeah. I look forward to it staying that way. Patton comes plodding back, 2 cane juices in hand, which he then realizes was supposed to be a tea as he approaches the table. He always does bring something for you, Effie, no matter what you ask for, though sometimes it's not the correct thing.
It's perfect.
He sets them down before you. And focus. Just focus.
Yes.
You don't need to be special. You just need to work. Those words echo in your mind, LNA, as you turn the creaky pages of this ancient book before you. You've made a habit of coming out here to the local library when you're not working at the bakery, and just a few weeks ago, you found this book. The Satiety of Chaos, from Random to Orderly. And for the first time felt like you could learn this magic business. You could be like your brother, your sister, your parents, even if you have to work for it where they didn't. Well, maybe that just means you earned it all the more. Tell me, how are you attempting to master the contents of this book right now?
So she's definitely like sitting nose in the book, and she has fashioned herself like a little wand out of definitely like just foraged twigs and things like that, very hand carved.
Yeah.
And she's sitting there and she's trying to focus her attention into it, and just do even the smallest. She wants to make it light up.
Yeah.
She just wants to make it glow in some capacity.
The wand of the book, or just like in your
the
space?
Wand.
The wand itself.
She's looking at this wand, not fully like ready to like pick it up and do magic with it.
Yeah.
She's thinking that she can channel through it and just create any kind of glow from it, or maybe to lift up if she can figure it out.
Yeah. Well, you focus your mind, you channel what you have read and studied from this book over the last few weeks since you spoke to your father. And there's nothing at first, and then a sputter, a glow, a spark. You feel yourself touching chaos for the first time. It's meager, it's so scant, but growing by the moment, and it is exhilarating. You see as the wand in your hands begins to glow and radiate exactly what you wanted. The power channels into your body, and these weeks of studies have finally begun to pay off. And boy, you cannot wait. What have you done? Old Man Crink slams his cane down, and it's all you can do to look down upon the stack of ancient, priceless texts you were inventorying, now soaked and dripping with hot tea. Even now, the pulp of these tomes, old beyond years, is melting and going to pieces. Your now empty cup rolls limply against Mr. Crink's crane.
I'm so sorry. No, I'm so sorry. I can fix it. And she starts like using the side of her dress to like pat the books dry and trying so hard to absorb any of the tea out of it. I will find someone who can fix it if I can't fix it.
No, that is enough. You've had it. Do you know the sheer legacy of magic that has just been destroyed? I should have you brought up on charges.
Okay, maybe you should. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Fired. Finished. I never want to see you in this library ever again. He tosses you your bag and juts his cane towards the door.
Right. Okay. I'm very sorry, but you're right. She grabs her bag and puts it on her side. Is there anything? Can I help? I'm sorry.
You have done enough.
There's got to be magic that can help.
Go.
I could get someone that can do magic, please. Please, I really need this job. I'm so sorry.
Are no longer permitted on these premises.
No. Yes, of course. Okay.
I do not want to see you again. Your students will be reassigned, and you will return home. Now.
Yes, sir. Right. She'll shuffle out the door with her head down.
You leave the library, out onto the early evening streets of Ochora. Scant oil lamps cast a dull illumination, but the sun has already dipped behind the nearest buildings. Where do you think to go, Effie?
She heads to a little bit of like a covered area that is behind the library, essentially. Something that she can find that's just nature. It's just trees. And she likes to kind of pace between them when she's stressed out, which is most of the time. So still in like a good few feet radius of the library, just kind of pacing back and forth throughout a little wooded area.
As you do, trying to perhaps clear your mind, calm yourself a bit, to center yourself, you shortly hear what sounds like a bit of commotion, a bit of a scuffle, and you hear a voice, distressed, and it sounds familiar. It actually sounds like Patton, coming from just the street over.
She will head in that direction, but it isn't particularly like boldly running in the direction.
Yeah.
She's definitely like staying up against the building, very nervously trying to see around it and like following sides of buildings to get to the other street and peek out.
Yeah, for sure. As you do peek, you actually spy this scuffle. You can see it taking place. Getting a little closer, enough to actually make it out, you realize a handful of Derisian soldiers, those rebels from the south you've heard about, likely here on leave, seem to be shaking down some local kids, including Patton. One of the soldiers leans down and gets in Patton's face, and you can hear the soldier spit, "Do you know who I am?" before slapping Patton in the face. And you watch this unfold.
She just yelps instinctively, and then quickly tries to cover her own mouth to like mute the sound a little too late.
Yeah. One of the soldiers hears the yelp and turns over to look at you, closing the distance towards you. "And what do you think you're doing?"
I was pacing mostly.
What did you see here?
Well, I think I saw you. I think you.
Hmm?
I think you weren't particularly fair to that boy.
And you see Patton's face as well, just fallen as he looks to you, pleading almost, hoping that you would do something about this.
I think you were deeply unkind to that boy.
Oh, was I not being kind to the boy? Was I not treating him well? I'm sorry, what are you going to do about it?
Oh, I thought we could have a conversation about it. Actually, I'm sorry. I don't mean any trouble, but also neither does he.
Look at this. And the soldier reaches over and grabs you by the arm and pushes you, letting you stumble to the ground. You can certainly roll a dex save if you'd like to try and catch yourself a little bit there.
Yeah. Do I have any modifier on that dex save at this time?
At this time, no.
Okay, so that's a 7. And I want to just try to, at least if I'm going down, I want to go down towards Patton and just, if I can, stumble in that direction. And since they've kind of moved their attention onto me, she'll just look up at him and just go, "Run."
And you look up and you say this to Patton, who gets up and tries to drag a few of his friends with him as well. The soldiers stymie their escape, standing to block them, holding them down. And you see the soldier who had just been talking to you now standing over you, and you recall back to the knife your brother had given you. You are not a confrontational person. You are not violent by any means, but confronted with this situation, what would you do?
Watching that the kids can't get away, she's gonna reach into her bag and just put a hand on like the hilt of it, but she's gonna try and make it look like she's just like nervously clutching her bag to the best of her ability, because she also is. So just trying to like grip what's in it and like unlatch the little like pocket that it's in.
Wonderful.
And just have it available to be pulled out, but not expose it yet.
Yeah. The soldier picks you up and shouts out to his comrades, "See what she has on her too," and once again pushes you over toward the group, a little more roughly than is justified, to be certain. And unfortunately, especially with that 7 from earlier, you are a little out of your depth in this situation, unsteady on your feet, and you stumble. Effie, stumble holding the dagger in your hand, and as you collide into the floor, into the earth beneath you, you feel it pierce into your gut. That was incredible! A young boy's voice sounds off behind you as the light and heat from your spell begin to recede. Your wand's glow slowly toning down to become the simple wood that it was before. He approaches you. "How did you do that?"
I It's not me. It's mostly the book.
You know, I'm studying magic too, and I'm no good at it, but there's no one else here in town who can tutor me, and my teachers kind of expect me to know all this like really complicated stuff. Would it be okay if I asked you some questions on my way home? Oh, I'm Patton. Hi, it's nice to meet you.
Hi, Elena. Yes, of course, that would be totally fine. I would love to talk about magic with someone who doesn't already know everything about it.
Awesome! And you and Patton do. Put away your things, tidy up, and walk from the library back into the direction of the bakery, back toward your home, as he also lives along the same avenue. The boy firing off questions nonstop that you may well not have the answers to, but you try your best regardless.
And you can tell on her face that she is just so proud that somebody views her as knowledgeable about it.
Yeah.
The idea of the only person in this town that would ever view her as like someone to go to about magic.
Right.
So she's living it up. Even when she doesn't have the answers for the questions, she like really ponders them over and takes her time with it.
Wonderful. The sun is low right now, the evening dim punctuated only by scant oil lamps as you walk. Wait, so your dad is Art the baker?
Yeah.
Oh man, he makes my favorite chocolate croissants. My mom only lets me have like them maybe once a week, but I look forward to it the whole time. He's great.
He is. He's really great. Yeah. My whole family are incredible, talented.
Oh, it
Good
must
at
be
stuff.
so cool. Because they do magic too, right?
Yeah, they do.
Oh my god, you guys are all just like peas in a pod. Like, look at the family you come from. Of course you're good at magic.
Oh, I'm just learning. Really,
But you did the thing with the wand. Like, that was so cool. No, stop it.
You should see my sister.
The two of you round a corner and find yourselves closer than intended to a group of uniformed men and women, 3 in total, who are holding some kids by the scruff of their clothing and going through their pockets, pulling out money and valuables. They're dressed like, oh my god, they're Khazaric soldiers. This far north? Why would they be here? And they're hurting the kids. One of the soldiers grabs Patton's arm as well before glancing over to you and spitting at your feet while saying, "Fuck off." And Patton yelps out as his arm is squeezed and he's dragged away. What do you do?
Elena pulls out the book that she's been studying for magic, and she just kind of flips it open to the first page she can get to and does her very best to cast a spell on the soldier that's grabbed onto Patton.
And what random, frantic, hurried spell are you trying to like fire off in this moment?
Something that would like shock him in some capacity. Like physically, just a little like buzz, right? Like she doesn't want to. She wants to be the equivalent of like a magic taser.
Yeah.
Right?
Roll me a flat arcana.
That's a nat 20.
God damn, yeah. I'd say with that, you do recall back to a specific passage in this book.
She's definitely never done it before.
Oh yeah, and first time for everything, you managed to fire off a little just bolt of electricity, enough to, honestly, fry this guy more than you were expecting to. You see the shock echo through his armor, and he drops Patton next to him and approaches you, and wordlessly, without saying anything, draws a dagger and thrusts it into your gut, his hand on your shoulder to brace you. Metal pierces flesh, cold at first and then warm. Effie and Elena, your breath catches in your throat as you both collapse, still grasping onto consciousness as you lay, blood soaking your clothing and mixing with the pools of the gutters as it drains away. And then you feel it. It doesn't feel like death. It feels like something different, almost worse, like trying to cram a puzzle piece into the wrong spot. You feel the air around you tear and bite, stinging like needles, and you see each other. Effie, you see a woman lying before you, stabbed and dying, a book in hand. Elena, you see a woman before you, bespeckled and bloody, dying just as you are.
Both of them at the same time try to like reach for the other to like reach for their wounds and stop any bleeding.
You both reach out. You grasp one another in this chaotic moment, and suddenly everything changes. Reality fights for control, struggling, tearing, and reassembling you 1,000 times over, choking on a bite of dissonance too great to stomach. You see a throne room, a battle, 6 heroes. You see a timeline you did not live, and you are flooded with memories that are not yours. You almost lose yourself to madness when you see it. In the distance, a little crystalline dot. You could just reach it.
We'll reach out towards it very hesitantly and cautiously, their hand shaking a little bit.
You feel it call to your touch, your grip, your reach, filling your hand, and you take hold. It all begins to zip together as you pull. You look up and you see an incredible, infinite figure above you, churning like the cosmos, skin aging from birth to senescence like a kaleidoscope.
Oh, no.
An eternal cycle. It reaches down and clasps the end of that crystalline zip, and your hand with it, and speaks one word: become. With a gasp, you awake. Effie, you are sitting on the street, the very same. What do you do?
She immediately checks like her stomach where she knew she was wounded.
You check your wounds, and there aren't any. There's no soldiers, no kids, just a quiet avenue at night. But your hands, Effie, pulse with power. Your mind is full of knowledge that was not yours, and you now have a few very important questions to see answered.
She runs towards her foster home.
And as you traipse down the avenue to the home you've lived in now for some years, the only place you've really known as home, you come across a meager, an old, and a dilapidated ruin.
Edmund.
Alone and deep in this mystery, that is where we leave you all tonight. Thank you all for joining, for smashing that goal. I love you, but I already just said that. I'm saying it again. You're great. I'll see you next week. Or soon.
What is now
What is
time
time?
is